Hey, Mr. P. How's it going? Yes, the microphone's off. Thank you. I've just been talking about how the camera wasn't in the middle. You haven't missed anything. Well, you've missed a lot of camera talk, really. How's it going, everyone? Let's play through with the caveat of learning game. Let's learn and have a look at Keyper solo. So Keyper came out. I keep thinking a couple of years ago, 4 years ago. Keyper came out in 2017. And yeah, it was a great multiplayer game. You can see my playthrough for it way back when. And yeah, it's all handheld as well. Before there was even a static camera. Can you believe it? Never mind before the static cam overtook everything. But hey, let's gloss over that. Yeah, you can see an old multiplayer playthrough where me and Little Glass Marty go at it. But there was an expansion on Kickstarter earlier this year for Keyper at Sea. The expansion, and one of the key components was a solo mode designed by David Turczi. Keyper and the expansion are designed by Richard Breeze. The solo mode, there was a solo mode for each of them, designed by David Turczi, who's done a million games at this point, including the solo modes for almost every single board game, I think, at the moment. But yes, you can see his various solo modes. I've done playthroughs for quite on the channel. I was just seeing 4 years ago. Yes, I was tiny then. Hey Steve, hi Matt, hi Alex. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, that like everything is longer ago now because there's been a weird stasis in time. But yes, Keyper is maybe, yeah, if you've heard about it at all, one of the key things. Anytime I say key, I'm not trying to be punny about it. One of the first thing that leaps to my mind about Keyper all the time is the magic player boards, which I do just want to play with for ages, but I realise they have been set up in a specific way and I shouldn't play with them. They need like certain things showing on. So yes, everything is pretty much set up. My setup is normal. Everything that I've got is for a standard 2-player game. And then we have the bot. They have their own special board. They have their own configuration of stuff, but a lot of the stuff you see on here is for decisions. It's kind of, this is the action decision section. When they need to choose from an animal, it's this kind of place. When they need to choose from resources, it's here. When they need to choose from gems, it's here. All their buildings are just put in a stack, and they start with a cube of each thing. So the cubes are raw resources. They start with a wheat, and they start off with one of the finished resources each. So here, the orange is clay when it's raw, but in finished resource, it's bricks. And sometimes it'll be important for spending things to upgrade, or buildings will want you to pay raw or refined things. Hey Hans, how's it going in the Netherlands? And I know. So I'm glad that you could make it as well. I was worried that I'm trying to balance out the streams for not being too early, but also early enough that I've got time to do these things that I'm worried will take forever. See Euthia tomorrow. So I'm worried we'll never end. Hey, it'll be okay though. Right. So I've refreshed myself, I think, well enough on the base game of Keyper. Well, I say that before I get it all wrong. The solo mode, though, as with, David makes great solo modes, but initially, at least, there's a lot to take on board. It's, if it's like the others, after a few rounds, it will start to become quickly apparent what you need to do, and that you can kind of, well, not disregard, but you don't need to know every single thing all the time. The player aid for solo is on the bottom of the expansion box, which is a little bit strange. But, it's probably production costs and things like that. And yeah, there's tables, there's things, there's abbreviations, there's all sorts of things going on. So yeah, cross your fingers, and hopefully we'll get through this. There is an easier to read version of that table in the form of a flowchart in the rulebook, which is like, oh, here it is explained in text, and it's pretty dense. Oh, here it is in just the flowchart form, which is a lot easier and a lot snappier. But yes, we'll try our best to get through it. My turns, well, strategically, they're probably not going to be great, but hopefully they're going to be easier to get through. Hey, Silent Bootlin. A base trader greeting from Germany. Well, yes, this is very much... There's very much some base trading going on here. If we do some shipping, there'll be some trading going on. Yeah, depending on your take on Euthia, it may feel incredibly long. I have really enjoyed Euthia, but it has always taken me ages in my... I think I played it like 5 times at this point. Mainly solo. Played 1 2-player game with Rach co-op. But generally, yeah, it takes me ages. Right. So, what are we doing in Keyper? We have our Keyper here. Our Keyper can be placed on a country board to claim that country board. You're not going to do that early on, but you'll want to do it because you claim the keeples off that board. Keeples are all of the other coloured meeples. So you might notice that my Keyper is a bit different. He's got his arm out, and he isn't the colour of any of the keeples. The keeples go out onto the country boards. They'll press the right button, brilliant. Out onto the country boards and your own board to do various actions. They can be getting resources, they can be building, they can be doing some conversions. And there's all sorts of things that go into how many actions you get there. And if you can use all of your things, so if you use up your Keyper and all your keeples before anyone else, which you might do if you get to follow and stuff like that, but if you can use them first, you then get to lie down keeples that have already been used and get to use them again. So it's worker placement, unlike any other worker placement, I think, really, still, even in these last 4 years. There's nothing with these magic boards that I've come across, but also, yeah, there's nothing that does worker placement quite like Keyper. So, what am I going to go for? I have got no idea. You can kind of see the tiles that have come out, and 4 of the 6 ships, like you can claim these to get resources or get points for resources. So we can kind of look, oh, do I want to get like horses and then trade those horses for points? I can look at the fair tile that I got given. I got random fair tiles for each of the first 3 seasons. So basically, if I've got a stone and a sheep at the end of this round, I will get 2 points, which is fair enough, isn't it? I don't have to spend those things. I just have to have them. If I want my sheep to stay around, I want somewhere for the sheep to stay, like a sheep shelter. So maybe I want to get some sheep. I want to build a shelter for them to stay in so they won't just run off and I won't get use of them. Maybe that's something to think about first. I think I'm going to get a sheep. Let's go for it. I'm not some kind of Keyper pro, so hopefully this is a good idea. So you can see out on the board here, where can you get sheep from? At the moment, there is a space on each of the boards. Now, these are kind of predetermined how they start. So we set up as if it's for a 2-player game. And the way that it works is, you can see somewhere, there is the symbol for 1 player, and the symbol for spring, which is the first round. And on the other board, we have spring, and somewhere, 2 players. So if you're playing with more players, you would get the 3 and 4-player symbol visible, so you see slightly different things. In future rounds, we will determine what is facing up. You have to have like the right season symbol showing, but we will be able to customize the actions based on what we want to do later on. So this early stage, I don't think there's anything really making my decision for me. So again, I like to lie things down so it's easier for you to see, but there is a distinction in this game between keeples that are standing up and lying down. So I place a keeple on a board here. I can pick any of my keeples. White are wild. Oh, they're wild. They can go anywhere and get bonuses. I can place any colour here. Even though this is a green bordered farming space, I can place other colours there, but you want to place more because you will get more actions. So just placing the wrong colour will get you 1 action, which for gaining things like this is get the thing once. But if you put a keeple down of a matching colour, you get 2 actions, and you might get more. And you get actions from laying them down and all that sort of stuff. So I am placing on there, and I am going to get some sheep, basically. Now, in the multiplayer game, after you have placed your keeple out on a field, You can do things as well. You can place a keeple. So if we just end up with one here in a future round, I could place another keeple there and just try and get more actions out of it, or a different player could. But when you have placed it on an empty space, you then offer that action up to everyone else in clockwise turn order and see if they want to join you. And so without spending their turn, they can get to spend one of their keeples, get to the stage of lying them down and getting bonus actions sooner, and they will get more actions. They allow you to get an extra action, but they will get all those actions as well. As many chickens as humanly possible. We'll just make that the strategy. Hey Oliver, how's it going? It's never too early for Merry Christmas. Not with Homer about anyway. So I've chosen an action. We then need to decide, and here's where the things start to come in. We then need to decide, does the bot follow? Keyper. Does he join us? Well, first of all, if the field you selected matches an action space containing an action tracker in any of the 3 columns on his board, he will definitely join you. Oh, I need to roll the die first. Here's the Keyper die. So we roll the die. And then I have picked one of these fields, getting an animal field. So if any of his action trackers are showing the sheep, he will definitely follow. They are not right now. They are showing different symbols. You can see what the things are meant to represent. So the square is a country tile. The diagonal is a build action. And the cube is a raw material. So no, that doesn't match up. So we can move down the rules. If the field you selected matches an action space immediately below a space marked by an action tracker and does not contain a temporary action tracker, the temporary ones are these cubes. We don't have to worry about those yet because they're not there. So yes, it does contain one that's below. So if it does contain one that's below, Keyper will join on a roll of 3 to 6. And he has to have a keeple of that colour or a white keeple, because white is wild, remember. At the start of the game, he's got one of each colour. He's got one of each colour, same as me. One of each colour, 2 white, and we took, I think, the main colours except all the colours except black and white. And then we got an extra one, so I got an extra grey, and the bot got an extra orange, an extra clay worker. So he's got a matching coloured meeple. He can follow. That's the rules to following. You have to play the same colour as the person that's placed. So he's got the thing. He can follow. He's got a thing in the space underneath one of his action trackers, so he will follow on a roll of 3 to 6. But there are things that modify these rolls. Did I place a white meeple, or can he only match by playing a white meeple? That doesn't apply. That would knock his roll down 1. If you placed on a country board you have claimed, or if he claimed the other board, you decrease the number. And if the die roll becomes 0 or less due to modifiers, he doesn't join. So, there we go. It's 1 space below. There is not a white meeple. He's not using a white meeple on any of these things. So, on a roll of 3 to 6, he would join me. He rolled 2, so he's not joining me. I know that was a load of waffle to explain that thing, but you can see, from the table and stuff, in the future, you won't need to go through all of that. It's kind of... It works a similar way in the rules to Keyper as well. That the rules for Keyper are very well laid out and clear and help you learn the game, but are very thorough. And that's 100% better than being unclear. But yeah, there's a simpler game hiding in there than the rules would sometimes have you believe, if that makes sense. So yeah, there are a load of things to say, but basically, does he follow? We look at this table in future, now that we've explained all of that stuff. We look at that table. No, he's not following. So, I can carry on with my action then. Since he doesn't follow, I get 2 actions here. If he had followed, we would both get 3 actions. And I would look and see what he does, but I don't. So my keeper is standing up in there. I get 2 actions, and so I get 2 sheep. And they just come over into my fields at the moment. They'll run away if there isn't anywhere for them to stay at the end of the season. So I'd better build myself a sheep shelter at some point. Hey, truck driving gamer. The jumper is amazing, but I am already I'm feeling the heat. It might not last the whole stream. I've only played a few in the Key series. So Keyflower we played pretty early on because it's so raved about, and it's a great game. I remember, because it's vague, it's been like 6 years or something since we played it. Rach really didn't enjoy it, and I think it was something to do with the auctions, and you could use other people's places, I think that was what didn't work. Keyper, absolutely love. Keyflow, enjoyed more than Keyflower. So it's like the card game version of Keyflower, but you never got on with Keyflow. I think, Keyper is, well, like Key Marketing, Cathedral, I think are all very different things. They keep similar like aesthetics, but this is very different to Keyflower. Similar like iconography and stuff, but a unique, different kind of take on a worker placement game. It seems like a parody of a solo mode. It's so wordy. Bear in mind as well that I have read through all this and tried my best to synthesize it and work it out, but that's why I put in the titles of the videos, learning and playing solo. Like I've learned a bit of it, but yeah, there's going to be some extra waffle than there might be on a different stream, just because there's a lot of words here. There's a lot to get to grips with on all of this stuff. So we've done my turn. He didn't follow. So then we can go on and does this all focus nicely? I guess I could have this open on the other monitor to make sure that it's working out okay. I have to be aware that things might show up a bit differently because I've been messing with the camera. Oh yeah, that's still that's in focus and stuff, isn't it? So again, there's a load of text that I won't really go into because it's replicated really nicely in this little flowchart. So when it's red, we're talking about the Keytimer. When it's blue, we're talking about me. Does Keytimer have keeples? Yes. He hasn't spent any. So yes. Does he have his keeper? Yes. Do I have my keeper? Yes. Then dice CBV. So country board value, that means. We work out the value of a country board. White meeples are worth 2 each. Other keepers are worth 1 each. Then deduct 4 from the total. So since we're so early in the game, there are no white meeples. So a board with nothing on it is -4. I've got a non-white meeple, which counts as 1. So -4, -3 is the country board value there. Oh yeah, Marty Cam's he's off in the corner today, but yeah, he's being compliant for a change. So roll the dice on the lowest country, and he goes on the lowest country board value. Right. So the die is now going to determine which action he takes based on where his trackers are. Okay, so that's a 3. So he's going to take a build action, right? So he doesn't... If he chooses fields that have got loads of options, there's things that narrow down, like his search. But which space does he go on? Because both of these keyboards have a building space, as you can see here. Now there are other ways of building. You can go on your country board and stuff to do that. I don't know if the bot will, but yeah, you can place meeples just on your country board to do builds. It's just you will only get 1 action for doing that. So if he chooses a field that's available more than once on country boards, oh yeah, we've already worked out he's going on the one with the lowest country board value, isn't he? So that is this, because this is -4, this is -3. So he's going to choose the build spot on here. We've chosen where he's going to go. And again, this is like summarized on the back of the box as well. Which keeple is he going to select? So once we've picked where he's going, there. Does it require a keeper to be placed on a field in his home area? No. Or a space with no border, like here or here? No, he's going on a space with a border. So ignore that. If it requires a coloured border, or it's got an existing keeper on it, select the first keeper from the back of the queue that matches that colour. This may be a white meeple if no matching one is available. So orange, we look at the back of his queue, the first orange one available, this one. And he's going to plonk that there. Okay, I haven't really thought about this because I'm going to get the opportunity to build now, aren't I? So we've picked his thing, joining his action. Am I going to join? And then I could build up to 3 things. It's worth thinking about always because you get to get rid of your meeples and stuff. Focus is okay, good. Hey, Willem. Should be expecting a nice Christmas surprise in the post soon. Yeah, it's a little bit. There's a lot of like if you watch the Tawantinsuyu playthrough, I had kind of more player aids available for that, but there's still like there's a lot early on, especially. There's a lot to kind of get through, and usually when I haven't I feel a little bit more easy going on it because I declared it like a learning stream as well. But usually, like it might not come across in the videos, but like Tawantinsuyu, just panic stations in my head that like, please get all of this right. So he's going to do a load of builds. Do I want to follow him there? Well, what can I build? We have our personal building things here that all need, some raw materials or some finished materials. I do start with one each of the refined, the processed, the finished goods. So I could build one thing maybe if I followed him, and I would get rid of a keeple to try and finish him early. But do I really want any of these just yet? So I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. You can build buildings that, you can put keeples on later to activate, turn wood into nicer wood, into refined wood. I don't really feel like I'm in a good position to follow him just yet. I would like to get ahead on the keeples. But I don't feel like I'm going to build anything that's really that useful to me. So a lot of it just wants raw. Can you use... Am I right in thinking you can use like finished things as raw things? Or I might just be mixing up like a million different board games in one game here. I feel like I might just be making that up because that would really help me out now if you're allowed to do that. Looking at the normal rules, I think you got to have the right things. Building, yeah, building. Put them where it says. Notes on resources. Wheat can be used as a substitute for anything, but not a gem. Oh, a finished good can always be used as a raw material of the same type, including if you exhibit them at the fairs. Okay, so maybe I want to hold on to my finished stone then. Well, that's a nice little echo from the past, remembering that rule. Okay, so I could build my sheep shelter here. I'd be wasting something a bit. I'd be spending a finished good of any type. If it's a white cube, that means any raw good would do. But I'd be spending a nice finished good to do that. But I could make some good points out of having a load of sheep. And future boats might come out that would reward me for sending off some sheep. Well, that one's only spring. Oh, there is. The Sea Bastion does come out for other seasons as well. Let's go for it. Let's follow him. So if I follow him, I have to match the colour or put a white one down. I'm following him, which means 3 actions. I'm not going to get to do 3, am I? Unless I just build 3 individual things. So mine are easy. Let's work out his actions in a minute. So I want to build the sheep shelter. That's going to need 1 of something. Green buildings go out here. And your animal buildings can house up to 4 animals on them. So my sheep won't run away at the end of this year anymore. I could build, farmyard. I could build a scrapyard, turn 2 raw things into a finished thing. Or I could build, like a stonemason. If I want to get stone later in the round, to be able to turn that into finished stone by myself could be very helpful. Or just hang on to all of these animals. Like I want horse and deer later on. Which actually have to be in 2 different types. Even if I get the mixed paddocks, they have to be in different ones. I like the idea of getting this stonemason out as well. So you can see the building colours line up, don't they? So I'm spending all of my raw things, all my finished things that I said I wasn't going to. And you can't see these on camera because there wasn't room. But there's like a million resource trays for all of these things. There are 6 good types, 8 animal types, 4 gem types, and wheat. So yeah, a lot of stuff. Right, we've put it off for long enough. Let's dive into what Keyper does. So building. If Keyper has 4 or more raw materials, including wheat and finished. Yes, he does. Oh, so I should have read this before I placed him down. He does have these, so he does go in a build place. Otherwise, he would go onto the discount place, where you'd get fewer actions, but the things you build are cheaper. For each action he has, either spend 2 resources if the build action's been chosen, or 1 if the discount build's been chosen. First, spend raw, then use wheat if there aren't enough raw available, then use finished if there aren't raw or wheat available, in order to move the top tile from the planned building space to the built building space. So all of his tiles are just stacked on here. He doesn't really differentiate between things. He just stacks them all up in a big pile. He's free and easy that way. So he's got 3 actions, basically. If he hasn't got enough things, he treats the action as a home action instead, which I don't know what that means yet. So he's basically going to spend 2 raw resources to build something from his planned building space to his built building space. This is his upgraded building space. He can then use 1 raw, got none left, so he will use a wheat as his next thing to build the next thing. And then with his 3rd action, he will spend 2 things, and surely it will be like... Does he care about when spending them? When spending them, select in accordance with the resource priority markers. So he will spend... Oh, so finished go this way, raw go that way. Okay. So he'll spend stone first, wheat he hasn't got, and then wood. Okie doke. And build his 3rd thing. And that's his build action done. Okay. So we get into it. I think some things get simpler. So I would like now, especially since I've got so many stone. Now, do you know what as well? Like that, if I claimed this board, I would get both of those clay workers next round. But as soon as you do that, as in the multiplayer game, other players think, I don't want to place my meeples there now because he's going to get them at the end of the round. So I probably don't want to do that just yet. I probably want to get some stone though. I've got this stonemason and everything. Let's place some stone out. I'm going to try... Let's try evening them out a little bit. I'm going to place on this board. So again, I'm placing out on a grey bordered space with a grey thing. Oh, Matt, thank you. Yes, I'm not finished, am I, with the with his turn? Because at the end of his turn, we've selected his action. He's done all of his business. I don't know where the finished his turn bit is. Oh, here we go. Advance on an action tracker. So after he's done an action, move the action tracker from that column one space below. So we'll do something different next time. And if there was a temporary action tracker in that space, he would basically skip that space and then we'd put the tracker back. But there wasn't. Thank you for reminding me. I would have been forgetting about that the whole time. Right. Are you just guessing? Good guess. So I'm getting stone, aren't I? Does he follow? Right. I still don't quite understand the whole the whole table here. I guess for which action I'm matching up to, but it's pretty clear, isn't it, that like if you're picking a resource, it's sheep. If it's building, it's the build icon, that kind of thing. So I've picked raw resources again. He has now got. Oh, we roll the die. I didn't use a white meeple, and the board has not been claimed, so we don't affect his roll. And he rolled 6 anyway, so yeah, he's joining basically. So we get his. So if he joins, which keeple does he use? So he will never join by reference to his things. What if he does join? Yeah, if he does join, select the keeple furthest back in the queue that matches your coloured keeple or a white keeple if applicable, and resolve the action as described later. So he joins me. We each get 3 actions. So I get myself 3 lovely rocks. And then, when Keyper gets resources, raw materials. For each action he has, gain the respective resources. So he's getting 3 stones as well. And then, move the corresponding resource priority marker to the leftmost space. It already was. He may join this action. If he does join... Yep, move it to the left again. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of like a fair bit of the text is talking about exceptions and if this happens and what about if he does this after you've claimed this. Generally, it's just he claims the 3 resources just like you would. Right. So it's his turn now, isn't it? What does he do? Let's look at his flowcharts. Which, yeah, I just think is easier to read than the table. So, does he have keeples? Yes, he's got loads of them. Does he have his keeper? Yes. Do I have my keeper? Yes. Then he rolls the die and does the action on the board with the lowest CBV, which will be this one again, because that's got 3 meeples on it, and that's just got 2. Does joining affect his action marker? I don't think it does. If the action appears in multiple spaces, if he chooses to join, yeah. Oh, you're right, I think. If the action tracker resolved is on an am I just covering up my face with that? The action resolved is on the action space. Oh yeah, because it can be one space underneath like last time. If it's on the action space... Oh, okay. If it's on the action space, it gets moved 1 down. If it wasn't on the action space, you put a temporary tracker on that action space, so it will skip it next time. Oh yeah, so it won't like repeat the action. Oh, cool. Oh, thanks, Matt. You know the game better than me from guessing it. So he's rolling his die and he's going to do it on this board because it's lower CBV. Oh yeah, we want to be zoomed in on his board, don't we, for the die number? So that's going to be a 1, which is a country tile, which is these available tiles up here. He's going to take some of those, I think. Okay, so we've got his thing. Which field is it going to be? Oh, so if he's getting resources in any way, the action tells you how he chooses. Otherwise, he chooses in this way. So is there a field Yeah, if there's a field with a single keeple, then he will jump in on that, so you can't join, and he'll get the most out of it. If there is a field on the board he's claimed, he will go there first. If you've claimed a board but he hasn't, he'll try and go on the other one so as not to benefit you. Otherwise, he just goes on the country board with the lesser value. So he wants one of these country spaces. Lesser value is here. Which keeple does he choose? So it's got no coloured border. So he selects the keeple just from the back of his queue. So he's going to take this miner, I believe. Is it a miner? No, miner's surely what I put down. And he's going to get some country tiles. Do I want to follow him? So I have got that kind of meeple. So you only get to do it once. There's no border on this space. So there's no colour match in getting you extra actions. And so the only way you'll get extra actions is if someone joins you. But at the same time, I'm copying his turn again, so I think I might join him. So he will get to choose first, though, I think. In a normal game, he would choose first, I would choose second and third, and he would choose fourth. Let's see if that works out the same here. Where's the section for country tile? Oh, here it is. For any country tile action, Keyper picks a tile from the selection below. Does he go in that order that I said? Yeah, it must work the other way around. It says if Keyper joins you, he picks second and third. So I assume if I join him, I get second and third choice. So how does he choose? Dice. First of all, he picks the row. So 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Okay, top row. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. So he is taking the barn. It just goes on the top of his stack of tiles. Remember, he doesn't really care about what these things are. So these aren't things that I just get to put out. These are like new options that I can build. Now, if I'm going to be getting rocks and finished stone and all that stuff, the statue over here is a way of getting points. Statue is, at the end of the game, every home village tile gets you a point. And if it gets upgraded at some point, it's worth 2 points. And I've already got 1. If I build more later, that would be great. The village hall, that's if your village is completely full. You get 6 points. Jewel cutter, turn stone into jewels. If I'm going for stone, Thatcher is a point for every 2 village tiles, right? Yeah. Hop field, you can place a keeple on there, turn a wheat into an animal of your choice. Livestock market, just a 1-for-1 livestock swap. Yeah. Oh, and the cluck chicken house. Oh, there isn't a normal chicken house. You have to get the cluck chicken house if you want to get chickens. Do we want chickens? I think the jewel cutter, if I'm going this kind of stone direction. Yeah, I agree, Matt. The jewel cutter seems kind of good. So that just goes in my available things to build. And then I kind of just want the cluck chicken house because of the name. But what about if I'm making all of this finished stone? It feels like... Let's get the statue. Right, so I get those. And then finally... Same again. So, top row. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go, he's taking the Thatcher. So we have the rest of the spring tiles, because this is the spring round, the first round of the game. The rest of the spring tiles are here. Do they kind of shift along to the left or anything like that? No. Just get replenished left to right, top row, then bottom row. So, building plot. Boarding house. trading post. And a goat pen. Right. So that's the action, isn't it? That was his action. So he chose here, so he moves down a space. And it's back to me. What do I want to do? So I have that stonemason. I've got those stones. But I could, come to a space on the board and get to convert multiple. Like the stonemason out on my board. When it's upgraded, I basically get 2 finished resources for spending 1 raw, which is great. And it's worth 5 points. I could upgrade it. But upgrading does cost a finished good, of which I don't have any. So maybe I want to upgrade stone. An action which is only over here. So what that kind of leads me towards is, if I place it there, I don't know at which point the bot is going to start claiming boards. Because I know it's going to put the bot off if I claim that board. But also, if I pop that there, every miner is on here. And if I'm going for stone in some way, I didn't actually realise this, but I've just noticed my summer fair tile is have a raw and a finished stone. So I probably do want to get into that. So before I place this, do I want to claim that tile as my turn? I think I do. Let's do it, and then we'll see. Then we'll see, won't we, how the bot reacts to that. So when you place this down, in future rounds, you might have people on your tower here, which you can now lay down, and if they are black, grey, orange, or white, you can have a raw material of your choice. If they are brown, blue, green, or white, you can have an animal of your choice. First round, you're not going to have anyone there, so it doesn't apply. So I'm just claiming that board, and that suddenly means I am getting these at the end of the round, which at the moment is fewer than here. So I just want to make sure I only take actions over here. Or maybe he's going to follow me and stuff. It's going to make him less likely to follow now, I think. But that'll mean I finish first, and maybe I'll get more actions. Let's hope all of it works out. Right. So I have just claimed, which is just the action, isn't it? That's just my turn. I played my Keyper, put it there. That's that. Right. So he chooses his turn. So does his choice get altered by the fact that I have now placed my Keyper? So, has he got Keeples? Yes. Has he got his Keyper? Yes. Have I got my Keyper? No. SKA. Selecting Ketama's action. What does that mean? Oh, here we go. Just roll the dice. So the same thing, right? Oh, what I should have been doing, and he did roll like low on these things. So if his roll was smaller than the CBV, which it would have to be at this stage because the country boards get a -4 modifier to them. So the values here were -1 and 0. Which he couldn't have rolled less than or equal to yet. So we're safe, even though I got that wrong. Because, yeah, that helped him decide, does he claim the board or not? That's how he might claim early. He doesn't, so he's just going to do his action. Yeah, he's not fussed about claiming the board now because I've claimed one. So he's never going to prioritise that because there's no rush for him to do it anymore. So what's he going to try and do? A 1, he's going to do some building with... he's got a couple of resources. So if he wants to build, let's see. Does he have 4 or more resources? He does. He's got 4 resources, so he'll choose a normal build spot. So the only one he can choose is on the board I claimed, if he wants to do that. So it does have a thing. Which colour does he choose? It's the first orange, isn't it? It's got a coloured border, so the first one from the back of the queue. He can't place one on here to join because there are already 2 there, which is the limit for any space. So he's going to go from the back of his queue to the first orange, pop it down on the build spot. He would take the discount if he didn't have 4 resources, but he does have 4 resources. I've just noticed as well. I'm prepared kind of for this eventuality. If we can adjust the multicam, not entirely, but slightly. Oh, Marty, now you get in the arm of the chair and everything in. I think I'll just move him. It's important to get the multicam right. Okay, it's not going to work and it might just fall off if I keep messing with it. We're just going to have him in the corner. You have to see the arm of the chair a little bit. So he's picked his action. He's building. He's placing on there. Am I following him? So if I follow him, you can kind of see my keepers a little bit here. I don't have an orange keeper, so I would have to use one of my precious wildcards. Do I want to build anything that would need raw stone? Just some rocks. So the pigsty I could build. The paddock or the farmyard. Am I going to get more things right now? The scrapyard I could build. I do kind of want to keep following so I can start laying things down and getting a lot of actions. And I have so far followed him every time. But also, didn't I want to refine these stone? And use them for other things? No, let's follow him. Or maybe he won't follow me. No, I don't want to build. I don't want to build. So he gets 2 actions. He would only get to do 2 actions anyway, though. I could do 3. No, I'd be building a load of stuff that I don't want. Particularly yet. Right, he can go ahead. He can do it. So he spends 2 resources to do the first thing, and then he spends 2 resources to do the second thing, and that's it. So back to me, and what do I want to do? So now I've claimed that, I'm okay with having workers there, aren't I? Yeah, let's convert some of this. Maybe I'll get to convert all 3. So does he follow? Because we're adjusting his role now, aren't we? So I placed on a country board I have already claimed. So the number he rolls gets decreased by 1. And I can kind of see, from his board. Oh, I didn't move his marker down, did I? I can see from his board that following me is nowhere near his actions. What is a conversion space? Oh, it is underneath there. So he might follow me. -1 to his roll anyway. We need a decent roll, I think. 2 is not good, is it? So if it's 1 space below, he would need to roll a 3 or a 4. But it's -1 because I've already claimed the board. So he would need to have rolled a 4, 5, or 6 to follow me. He didn't, so he's not going to follow. Which means I'll just get 2 actions. The action is convert a raw stone into a finished stone. And I match the colour, so I get to do it twice. So 2 squares become 2 refined things. And that's it. So over 2, his thing just doesn't change now, does it? He's got keepers. He's got a keeper. I haven't got a keeper, so we just roll the die for his action. He didn't follow, so we don't move his thing. Let's see what he's up to, then. He's going to do something on the boats. 6. He is going to get some resources. So I can jump to the resource section and see which resources he's going to go for. So this is raw materials. Select a raw materials field, if available, which matches the rightmost available resource on his priority spaces. So he's going to try and get some clay. And if he has a keeple of the corresponding colour. He doesn't have a keeple of that colour. If he can't... Oh, and we just keep going, so... Oh, we keep going till he's got a matching meeple. So he hasn't got an orange meeple. So we go to brown. Has he got a brown meeple? Yes. He's going to go for wood. So which one does he pick? Because there are two opportunities for wood. I assume he picks the one not on me, right? Nobody's picked wood before, so he can't place it on a space with a single meeple. If I've already claimed a board and he hasn't, and there's a field on each board or just the unclaimed board, he chooses the space on the unclaimed board. Hoping to get the most things here, or even them out, or maybe even get more things than me. So he is going to cut some wood, and I'm going to follow. If I follow him, he gets more things, but I get more things, and I finish earlier. Yeah, I'm going to follow him. So we're basically each going to get 3 wood, right? Well, I'm definitely going to get 3 wood. He gets 3 wood, and then his priorities change a little bit, I think. I believe so, anyway. Yeah, for each action he has, gain the corresponding resource and move the priority marker to the leftmost space. So on his player board now, wood goes over here. It's now his top priority for refined resources. So he'll still place a basic raw material field with a white meeple. If he doesn't have a thing, he's not joining my action. So yeah, he's done for that. And he moves down here to his next space. So what's going to happen now? It's my turn, isn't it? And I'm hoping with all of this following, I can make good use of these things that are coming next, because I am 1 space ahead of him over here. So what's it going to be next? I am... So there are a few spaces now, aren't there, where there's just like 1 worker on them. So I could like place another worker, and I could get 3 sheep actions there. I wouldn't have enough space to keep all of those things. Oh yeah, I didn't give him the wood, did I? Thanks, Matt. Yes, he gets his 3 wood. And I could do it with the conversion, but I don't have 3 raw things. I could get some more stone and then do all the converting again. But maybe I want to do stuff. Like, I could do 3 builds now and he couldn't follow me. And I think I've got the resources to do that, you know? Yeah, I'm going to go for this. And it goes on my board. Brilliant. I'm going to go here. So you can place one of your keeples on a space with a keeple already there. So the joining keeple has to be the same colour or white. So I have to use one of my white ones. Yep. And you may lay down the existing keeple, if it was standing, to have it contribute. So I get 2 actions for my colour matching, because the white meeple counts as anything. And then lie down that keeple. So I get 3 actions, 3 potential builds. And he doesn't even get the option of following me for this. So I think I don't need to keep my finished stone. I only need a raw at the end of the round. So I could build my jewel cutter here, start turning things into jewels. My statue, lock in those points early. Maybe just do both of those things. Yeah. I think I can just build the things anywhere, right? Later on, this drainage here is a point for everything you put diagonally. So that's why I'm placing them like that. I like that. That's spent both of my processed stone. And then for raw, I want to spend a wood so I could build a stable. Any of these animal storage things. I could build a scrapyard. If I'm going to get loads of sheep later, maybe I just want to get like a farmyard, which could also store sheep. It could store anything. And you get a point for every different thing in there at the end of the game. Yeah, I've sold myself on it. That's what I'm having. I could get even more sheep. Okay, there's my 3 builds. And he didn't get a chance to join, which is always nice, isn't it? So his decision's just going to be the same, isn't it? We roll the dice to see what he does. We don't have to worry about if he's claiming a board yet. So 3, he is going to do a boat action. Okay. How does he deal with these? When resolving a boat action, he will sell as many times as possible, up to the amount of actions available, preferring to sell the top item depicted on the boat tile. Note that refined can be sold in place of raw materials, and Keyper will do so if the option is available. For each boat action he can't use to sell, he will receive a resource of a type he didn't sell, because you're not allowed to sell a resource and then receive the same resource. Boat tiles, you can either sell a thing or gain a thing. Selling it gets you this many points. But yeah, if you had 2 actions, you could sell a goat and gain a stone. You just couldn't sell a goat and then gain the goat back. So, yep. If he sold nothing, he will receive resources in equal amounts, with more of the resource on the bottom of the tile. When he needs to select a boat, here's the boats. He will select the boat where he can sell the most. So he's got 3 wood at the moment, so he will choose White Wind, is what we're saying, isn't it? So yeah. He will choose this. He will choose his own place, of course. So this is the same as you placing a blue meeple on like a water space. So he's going to choose the White Wind as the boat for this board. Now, my kind of quandary is I want to follow him on this. I've got some wood I could sell for a few points. And I want to finish early, but I don't want him to have loads of keepers, which he's of course going to end up with because I'm putting them on his board. Now at the moment I've got 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, just hopefully do a good action that he follows me on over here. Because we'd get 3 actions each. He would get to sell wood, right? He would just get to sell wood a load of times. I could do it with a different action, but I don't have a lot of, like, cows or horses or goats to sell. I could try and get them, but I don't really have a farmer. I've got a sheep, I've got a stone. That's all we need to know for now. I'm going to follow him, So, he sells as many times as possible first. So he's got 3 actions. He's got 3 wood. So he gets 6 points. These points trackers during the game are only used for tracking shipping. Now, what we're doing. And then for mine, I am going to sell 2 wood for 4 points. And then I will... If I gain a chicken, though, I've got nowhere to put it unless I build something. Oh dear. And I chose the farmyard, which I can't put a chicken in. I could put a chicken in a paddock. Maybe I'll get to build before the end. Get some more resources. Build. I was just going to get a load more sheep. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a great idea to follow. I could just place a boat and get some things instead. No, I want to try and have more turns. I'm still going to follow him. I'm going to get a chicken, and it may well just run away because I've got nowhere for it to be. There's a lot of resource types, as I said, but you get chicken meeples. Look at this. Right, so that's his action done. He moves down on the boat section. And it's time for me to choose something again. Okay, so I'm not going to build again with just one thing, and the thing I want to keep hold of. This is my last like normal action. Turn a thing into two things, which I could do twice, which is effectively gaining some stone. So I want it to go on my board, and I want it to be something that he can potentially follow me on. So on his board, a home action, an upgrade action. Can't really do an upgrade action because I haven't really got the resources to do that. Unless I just upgrade something here. No, I'm not going to do that. I could do a lie down to build. I can only do the lie down though when, yeah, I could yeah, I'm thinking like get the resources now and then try and do the lie down because, yeah, you can like I know I lay down meeples here, but that's when you're joining one that's already existing on the board. When it comes to my turn next, I won't have anything to place. So, as Matt says, I will get to lie down meeples and take the number of actions as if I'd placed those meeples there. So potentially getting 3 more stone actions for lying these 2 down. And I can lie things down anywhere. And I'll be the only person because I'm way ahead of him on this. So maybe I'll get to lie down for stone and then lie down for building. Because the build with a discount, the minimum cost is 1 for a building, so I couldn't get these things any cheaper. It's not worth completely panicking to make sure I've got space for the chicken. Maybe it's worth getting a country tile. But the chicken house needs a refined wood, which I wouldn't have. So what would it follow on? An upgrade action or a refined materials action? Or a build? Yeah, it's unlikely he's going to follow me, to be honest. So I'm probably only going to get the base actions. So I could get myself some wheat, which is like a wild card thing, isn't it? Isn't that wheat is a wild card for refined materials as well, wasn't it? When I was looking up that bit. Yeah, wheat can substitute any raw or refined material, but not gems. So I think I'm going to get myself a couple of wheat. Let's just make sure that he won't follow me. I don't think he will, though. So I chose to get some wheat, so that would be the raw materials space for him, which is, it is under a space, but it's on my board, so -1 to his roll. So I think he will need... It's a white meeple, and it's my board. So if I place a white meeple, it means he has to place a white meeple to follow me. So, as in the multiplayer game, you're a bit more put off from following someone doing that. Whereas if I had placed a green farmer doing it, he'd have the option. He's got a green farmer. He'd probably be a lot more likely to follow me. So it's 1 space underneath anyway, and it's on my player board, and it's a white meeple. He will only follow on a 5 or 6. It's a 6 he's following. So yeah. Plus side, I'm getting another wheat. Downside, he's getting 3 wheat. And that's 1 fewer lying down action I'm going to get. Because he's done an out of turn action, essentially. So there's my 3 Lisa Simpsons. Here's his 3 Lisa Simpsons. And yeah, there's nothing more to know than that, is there? So it was 1 space underneath, so he places a temporary action marker underneath his thing. So he's going to skip over that space next time that column moves. Okay, yeah, he joined my action. So it's his placement turn. He's still got both things, so he's just going to roll a die to decide what to do. Let's see what that thing is. It's going to be 3, which is upgrade. How does he handle upgrades? So, a bit of a downside for me as well through rushing it is I can't follow him because I've got no keeples. So, upgrade. For each action, he spends wheat. I've just given him the thing. That's a bad decision, really, knowing that upgrade was an option. So, for each upgrade action, of which... we have to work out where he's going. So, he's going to take the upgrade action that's not on my board. So it requires a coloured border, and he hasn't got any matching keeples, so he's going to place his white on the upgrade space of his board. So I think he's getting One more, probably 2 more keepers than me next time. Right, he's doing that, which means maybe I'll get to finish first and do more lying down things again. So he's doing upgrade actions, which means he's got 2 of them, because he matched colour, but I didn't follow, because I couldn't. For each upgrade, he spends a wheat to move the top tile from the built building space to the upgraded space. So he gets to upgrade 2 things there. If Keyper has fewer tiles in his built stack than actions, he does as many as he can. When spending refined materials, move in accordance with his tiebreaker. If he doesn't have enough resources or doesn't have any built buildings left, treat this action as a home action instead, so if he can't do anything. Right then. So that's his action. Now we can think about lying down actions. Oh, he moves his thing down. Lying down actions is where the big bucks are, right? So I can choose any of these things again. I should maybe have tried to, like, I could just, like, earn some wood and then sell some wood if I wanted some points. But no, I think it's a better idea. I could potentially just use the wheat to build or upgrade. I can have 3 build actions for lying these down. Or I could get some resources before I do it. Because he's got his Keyper and 1 Keeple. So I'm going to get to do 2 things, I think. 2 lie down things. So yeah, I don't think there's any time for messing around. I think I just need to get resources. And if I'm not going to have any woodcutters next time, maybe I should make it wood that I have. Although maybe I'm about to spend it all. Yeah, I'm going to take 3 wood by lying those down. And that's my action. I get 3 right. If you just lay down a Keeple, it must stand... Oh, it must stand on my keeper's board. I thought you could lie down other things. Oh, if nobody's standing on your board, you can pick someone else's board. So it's going to have to be... Well, why wouldn't I just make it wheat then? Actually, he's done me a favour, right? Because wheat is anything. So I'll have 3 wheat, thank you. Gain another thing. Yeah. An action per keeple working on the task. You don't have to lie both down. So I could, like, spread this out over 2 actions and just lie 1 down at a time, getting 2 each. But I haven't got time for that. So I'm just lying them down and getting some wheat. Yep. And then his turn again. He has Keyper and Keeples, so he just rolls his die to see what he's doing. No option to join me when I'm just lying things down. So 5, he is going to go for refined materials, finished goods. So how does this work? Select a convert raw to finished goods field or a wheat field if available, which matches the leftmost available resource, and he has a Keeple of that colour. So that's not true for any of the things, because he's only got a farmer. Oh, actually, farmer and wheat matches, doesn't it? Yeah. So he's going to go on a wheat space for farmer. And we already know he's going to go on the board that I haven't claimed. So that's where he's going. He matches the colour, so he gets 2 wheat. Boom. Yep. If he's not able to match, then do all of these things. We'll read all of that if we come to it. He didn't have a white meeple, so we can ignore all of that stuff. And then let's do some building. So the build space... I'm only going to get to do 2 builds, actually. Because I already laid this down when... Oh, wrong camera. I already laid this down when I came here myself. So I'm only going to get to do 2 builds, because I can lie this down and it colour matches. Because white's wild. So I will get 2 builds, but not the full 3. Because I can't lie down on his, because I need to have laid down all of mine first before I can move over to his board. But I think this will be good. So 2 builds. I want to build the paddock, don't I? So there's somewhere for the chicken to be. And I think the wheat can stand in for stones Even in the fairs. Or is that... No, that's raw materials, right? Finished goods can stand in for raw materials even in the fairs. Yeah, I think I should hang on to that stone and just spend the wheat. So, the paddock, where the chicken's going to live, costs 1 raw material. I'll spend a wheat, which is a wild card. Then, what do I want to build? I could build anything. Could just build some more animal storage. I want to have horses and deer, which I can put deer in the paddock now. So I kind of have space for all of those. Maybe just like drainage and work out some points. Just spend 2 wheat to get that out. And then it's a point for each of these buildings. If I upgrade it, 2 points for each of those at the end of the game. I might just want loads of animals. Like in case there's a boat about. And if I get horses, they're worth points and I can upgrade that as well. Yeah, I'm going to build the stables for another wheat. Going a bit cheaper as well. Got some more things to go into the next round with. And yeah, they're my 2 builds. Which I think is going to be it, right? Because on his turn, we find his flowchart. On his turn, has he got keepers? No. Has he got a keeper? Yes. He claims a board. There he goes. And so do I get 1 more turn now? Or does he get 1 more turn? If everyone's player board is now empty, everyone except you gets 1 more turn. So I think I get 1 more turn. Okay, I hadn't planned for this. So it's going to have to be get some stone. 3 stone, 2 sheep. Don't want that stone conversion. So sheep are worth points, but stone's always going to be useful. Yeah, I'm going to go for 3 stone, even though I'm getting a farmer back. Just if I want to have different animals, maybe I want to hang on to that farmer because I've got grey meeples to do this, and he hasn't. So he might not follow me. I might want to do upgrades and stuff, though. What do upgrades need? They need grey. Yeah. Gonna go for resources. Rather than animals. At this stage. Okay. So it's the end of the season. There's nothing on my keep, so we don't have to worry about that. The fairs... So these are all secret in a multiplayer game, and you can so other people don't know what you're going for, and then you can reveal it and show, look, I got a sheep and a stone. There we go. I qualify for that fair. So I've got the 2 points now. Otherwise, you discard this back to the box. So it's not on my mind anymore. I'm going to turn it face down, but I've done it. And you keep the stuff. So that's fairs, and you can get more fair tiles later on. Homeless animals, any animals you can't house, go back to the supply. Take what you've claimed, your keeper, and any keeples on the country board. So I think, I've gained myself, is it a craftsman? A wild card? But I'm going to get fewer keeples overall. 1 fewer. Which isn't too bad, is it really? And a lot less variety on colour as well, for example. And Keyper gets these things. Actually, how... Position his keeples as follows. Place any white at the front of the queue. Then take 1 of each colour of keeple, setting duplicates aside. So one of each colour that he's got, and put them out in a random order. So there he's got green, orange, blue, brown, and black. And then each duplicate, and put them in a random order. If he has more than 9, which he does, place the ones that don't fit into the queue in his home area. For each Keeple placed in his home area, he gains a different animal, taking them shown in animal priority order from left to right. So he gets himself, that's a goat, right? Gets himself a goat. There he is. And there we go. So take what you've claimed, discard any country or multi-season fair tiles on display. So these go out of the game that weren't taken. Could have gone there again, but I didn't. So they're gone. If spring just ended, it did. Add all of the multi-season fair tiles and the multi-season fair tiles to the bag, so they can now come out for this. So you can do multiple fair tiles. You can only have like one. You can't have the same type on multiple fair tiles, but if you have the resources to do it, you can potentially do loads of them. So the next season, we need 8 tiles out of this newly mixed bag to form the new display. We've got a copse, a farmer's cottage, a gem merchant. So what, the copse spend a finished wood to get one of those animals. Farmer's cottage. I've got a summary over here that I could just skip to rather than guessing. At the end of the game, get the points for each light green field on your keeper's country board. 4 points for each of those gems you have at the end of the game. Spend any raw resource to get 2 wheat. That's placing a worker on to do these actions, by the way. Any 2 raw to get any gem. You can put the deer on there and get 2 points for each of them at the end. 4 points for every gem like that at the end. So I probably want to do one of those because I can get gems of any type and then prospect a point for every gem you have rather than specific ones. But I probably want to get like the Emporium or something, and maybe even the Alchemist, and try looking into making gems of that type, try and get some points generation going with that. So pop all of that out, draw the 8 tiles, shuffle all the boats. Hey Michael, how's it going? Catches that. Ow, that's taken me quite a while, hasn't it? The other rounds will go quicker now that I've got some bearings in it, I promise. So we've got some more boats, making sure they are on the right side for the season we are in. We're in summer now, so they've all got to have that flower on them. Oh, yeah, 4. So I can sell sheep or wheat. I have all of that. Could get some points. Yep. Do the boats. And everyone, manipulate your country board to show the new season's icon. So the bot will always manipulate his country board to show a certain thing. So where is the summer symbol? There's the summer symbol. So he's going to do it like that. There we go. That's how he's doing his. So for me, here's where the magic comes in. What do I want to be showing the most? So there's wild boars. I could potentially get some points for. I do have a paddock that I could keep them in. We haven't got a boat that wants to take them particularly, though. More upgrades, all of that. More upgrading resources. We've seen that one. I don't think these kind of... Oh, that kind of flip works out. So you can do it that way and have some more builds and things. I do want a stone space on there. I don't really want to give up the wheat space, though. There's a wheat space there. It depends on the animals that I want, then, I guess. That's got fewer animals and more resource upgrading. That's got more animals and no resource upgrading. I can still get sheep, if that's what I'm going for. I'm going to go for that. A little bit better now. We've just had kind of strange colds. I think Rachel's is still lingering a bit. But yeah, there's been a lot of swabs and a lot of testing to make sure it wasn't anything else. Stream is freezing. I know, is it freezing for anyone else? It's looking alright. For me, I think. It's just saying excellent connection. Let's have a look on Twitch. Is it all normal now? Well, I don't know what was going on there then. I wish Marty would move back into his great position. Well, sorry about that. I don't know what was happening. Right. It's time to then get back to it. Does this table make more sense now that I know what's going on? So yeah, I'll just look at this row, right, until somebody uses a Keyper or something. And he's always going to roll higher than the country board value for the first few turns anyway. So he's going to pick an action, isn't he, no matter what he rolls, to decide whether he's taking a thing. Oh, look, he can't take a thing. Do his action things don't move around then, do they? No. Not that they particularly would. So it's his turn. Keyper is going to pick an action, just like before. He's rolled a 2. And so that's going to be home action. Okay, so something we haven't seen. There wasn't a big bit missing, was there? Have you missed me saying anything? If you missed me saying things, let me know. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know how you would know what you missed if you missed it. I'll try and fill in. If you missed any of the game. So he's doing a home action. Where is that? Home. Place a Keeple on the home area of the Keyper board. So this is just like if I was placing it on one of my tiles. You can't follow someone doing that. So what colour does he take if he's going onto his home area? He selects the Keeple from the back of its queue and places it into the home area. So he is putting a blue Keeple over there. A seafaring Keeple. So he has a single action because there is no colour match and you cannot join. He gains a raw material and a finished good of the same type as indicated by the rightmost non-wheat priority marker. So he is going to get himself a clay and a brick. Move that resource priority marker to the leftmost priority space. Okay. Ignore any Keeples already in his home area. They cannot be laid down. Right then. So, where do I want to go? What do I want? Do I particularly want to claim one of these things desperately first? He's got clay, so if he goes for boats at some point, he's going to be getting the Sea Breeze, which wants, like, bulls and clay. So do I want to get on that with resources? I haven't really got that at all yet. Smooth tracker, thank you. So he already had a cube on there, so he skips this space and we put the temporary tracker back. I'm glad the streams are helping. And yeah, always always touching wood that, like, especially, like, it's surprising anyway when we got ill, like, for a bit, because we still don't really go very many places. But yeah, Rach is a lot more exposed to people. But yeah, I hope you're doing all right. So, I was hoping for him to make a decision so I could just piggyback off that. So if I'm kind of looking at all the tiles and stuff and just thinking, I've got a load of wheat. Maybe I won't go for anything specific. The downside of wheat is you can't, like, convert it into stuff, but it counts as finished goods, doesn't it? I want to have a wheat remaining for the fair. A fair tile hasn't come out. Maybe I just want to claim some things. So what colour would I want to spend? I've got a load of grey, and he can't really follow me with grey. Maybe I just want to do some upgrades. Hey, what if I did some upgrades? Let's go on. I kinda... Well, I don't really mind which board yet. I'm going to go on an upgrade space. Does he follow me? I'm going to leave... I wish I'd taken a picture of this. I could have put it on screen or something. I'm going to put my table... That's just going to fall right forward into the camera, isn't it? One time that I wobble the table. So, does the action match? So I'm doing upgrade. That is 2 below on his best place. So if it's 2 below, I haven't used a white meeple. It's not on a board that I've claimed, so there's no dice modifier. He needs a 4 or higher to follow this action. It's a 5. He does not have a grey, so working his way back to one that can follow is his only white. So he will follow, though, which is a bit unfortunate for me because he's got a load of wheat, actually. So maybe that was a bad decision. Well, maybe not. Right, I'm going to upgrade the stonemason. So every upgrade here costs a finished good. Every upgrade here costs a raw good. Any raw good. So I can spend a wheat as the finished good to upgrade my stonemason. Now, it will turn 1 raw stone into 2 refined, rather than just the one that it did before. On a similar note, I would like to do my jewel cutter, and the buildings themselves are worth points now. 1 finished stone for 2 jewels. It would have been a good thing to do, you know, to maybe get things first, but like these Emporium things, when you upgrade it, it takes an extra kind of gem for scoring and gives you 6 points at the end of the game for each rather than 4. So that's kind of my goal, get into gems, I think, and spin my money out that way. The statue would be nice. It would just be, you know, 2 points for all these things, but I think I'm going to upgrade. I don't know if I'm going to end up with loads of sheep and stuff. I don't want to just spend all the wheat, though. Since I've got this chicken, and chickens can't be sold this round, I'm going to just upgrade my paddock, and maybe I'm going to get boars. Yeah, upgrading the paddock for raw material, which is fine. Over in Bot Town, he is getting 3 actions as well, because he used his white, so he's spending 3 wheat to upgrade 1, 2, 3 things. Ouch. That's a lot of upgraded buildings. And that's it, right? So we put a marker quite far down on his board, right? Right? On the action that he just copied. Yeah, we just put, no matter how far down it is, we put a temporary marker on that space. So when he would get to it, he's going to skip past it. And it's his go. So, yeah, it's pointless doing the country board value roll again because he can't possibly roll a -2 or a -4. So he's not going to claim anything. So I'm going to skip that and we'll just see what his action is. It's going to be... So I'm doing these delicate rubbish rolls now because I don't want to knock all of this stuff over or keep rolling off camera all the time. A 1. And so that is going to be raw materials Oh, it's going to be animals, isn't it? Animals are kind of a raw material. Well, I suppose not refining them into anything. They're their own thing. So, yes, it represents any or all of the 8 animal types. Select the leftmost animal on Kitama's board for which there is a corresponding animal field on the country boards, and he has a matching meeple. Oh yes, because some need the farmer, some need the woodcutter for boars and deer. So his priority, first he's got goats. Can we get goats? No. Next up is horses. Nope. Next up is cows. Yes. And that's going to require a farmer. He's got a farmer. So he's coming over here, and already my eyes are lighting up with pound signs at this country board that's getting all of these meeples on it. But it's too early to be thinking about that. So, do I want? Again, I have got storage for him though. I'm going to follow him. Although I did want this for wheat, but I could use a white to get wheat. Yeah, I'm going to follow him. So we're each getting basically 3 cows. So I've got space in my farmyard. I wouldn't need space right now, but I've got space. And just more animals. There's nothing special I need to know, is there? Yep. Get that animal. And then move it to the right space in the priority order. So we have everything else along, and horses now the least prioritized. And so we're back to me. Oh, and we need to move down his action marker from that. I should have brought a backup drink up. Right. I think this is the night that RH gets in at like 6 as well. Right, what do I need? Boars would just be nice. I want to get things, don't I? And I want to get tiles and then build them. So if I want to build that emporium, I could use wheat for it. He can't follow me onto a wheat space, actually, with what he's got. Oh, yeah, that's going to hold him back. And it might end up that I don't get loads of, like, lying down actions. I think someone doing the stonemason would be nice. 1 raw stone for 2 refined, and then do the jewel cutter. But why don't we get like one? Why don't we lock in one of the gem merchants now, and go and get one? If I send an orange, he can copy, and then I could get 2 tiles, or we both get 2 tiles, wouldn't we? But he's gonna have tiles for ages. Yeah, maybe I could get both of the gem merchants. I'm going to place an orange in there and hope that he comes with, because he is on a build space on his priority. This is my only opportunity to have him follow, actually, because he's already spent his white. So does he follow? He is on the space. I didn't use a white, and I haven't claimed that board. So he's going to follow. A 1 to 6 means he follows. So yeah, he follows. So we're each going to get 2 things here. I'm going to get to pick number 1. So I don't think it makes a difference which one I pick. Although getting a windmill would be quite nice. But 8 points for every gem would be brilliant. I would have to upgrade at least one of them so that they had like a crossover of stuff. So yeah, I'm going to claim that one. And then he gets to claim number 2 and 3. So row first, top row. Don't roll a 3. 6. So he takes the windmill. So that kind of makes my decision easy. Well, he might take the gem merchant still. 3, so that's the top. If he rolls 3, 4, 5, 6, he's taking the gem merchant away from me. It's a 6. He's taken that gem merchant. So, I could just take the alchemist, and that's easier to make gems, isn't it? Just send someone there a raw material for a gem, and that's a 5-point tile at the end. An easier way of getting animals. Get 2 animals for 1 refined wood, but I'm not particularly great at that. Just an that's a refined stone to build, which I am good. I make anyway, and 2 points for every gem, no matter what it is. Might be nice to have. Yeah, I'm going to go for the prospector. I don't know if I'm going to build it, but yeah. So then refill tiles from the bag. So we've got... I've just thrown everything everywhere. And, oh no, I haven't ruined anything. So the merchant lets you do another boat action, does he? Merchant upgraded using a boat tile gives you an extra action. Scrap dealer, every 2 resources is worth a point. The bracelet maker, oh, so I'm going to have to do this again, but there is going to be another opportunity to get things. It's freezing again. It's really strange. It's not, you know, on my end. Yeah, OBS isn't saying anything. Yeah, OBS isn't saying anything's wrong, and YouTube isn't saying anything's wrong either, so I'm not sure why it's stuttering. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. Just cross my fingers that it stops happening. So we've taken tiles. There's a bracelet maker out there that could really help my Gempire. That was my choice, wasn't it? So it's... He did follow me. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's a completely different action I'm thinking of. Did he follow me at all? Oh, no. How are we going to reverse this? I've been looking at the wrong action for him. That's a build action, and I'm not building, am I? It's this, which is 2 spaces below. Which means... What did he roll? He rolled like a 6, though. I don't think he rolled, did he? So we would need a 4 to a 6. Hopefully. Let's just say he rolled a 4 to a 6 if he doesn't. Oh, what's that? What are you even stuck on? It'd have to be a 3, wouldn't it? So I just get 1 thing, right? I didn't roll for it, did I? I did say Gempire. Right, let's just fudge it so we don't have to take a load of things back. He rolled a 5 and he did follow me, even though I got that wrong. Which one does he move down? What if 2 action trackers apply? Space with the highest probability of being joined. Pick the action space that's on a higher row. So it would be this one. So we pop a cube there. Yeah. Just assume that he rolled a higher number. So I'm getting my symbols mixed up. So now it's his turn. Nobody's claimed anything, but this action board potentially could be claimed because... Oh, actually, it might very well be claimed because its value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minus 4. So its value is 3. If he rolls a 3 or higher, he'll claim the board. What's he going to roll? I'm trying to stay zoomed out so you can see the roll. 2. So he doesn't claim it. So that's just the roll to decide, is he going to claim the board? I might claim that on my turn. So he's going to take an action. And the action's going to be a 2, which is build. So he's going to take the discount build action because he... Ooh, which could be good for me. He's going to take the discount build action because he hasn't... the rest of that sentence. He hasn't got enough resources. So he doesn't have 4 or more resources, including wheat and refined. So he will place on a discount build field. Which discount will he take? There's no place with a single meeple that he can choose. He hasn't claimed. I haven't claimed. So he'll select the one with the lesser value. He'll try and balance them out. And which colour will he use? Because he hasn't got the right colour. Matching thing from the back of the queue, or white. He hasn't got matching. If there are no matching things available, just select the one from the back of the queue. So he's going to take the discounted build action, and there is no colour matching here anyway. And I could follow him. He would get to do 2 builds then, but so would I. And that could save me some trouble, I think. So yeah, I'm going to follow him. I've got white meeples. I'm going to follow him. And I want to do something out of turn. So we each get to do 2 things. The bot, building his discounted things, it's just 1 resource to build something. So he uses his raw material first, builds, refined material, builds. As for me, I'm going to have to earn some more wheat, which I can with my white meeple. I'm only going to get... I'll get 2 wheat, that's all right. Because I want a wheat for the end, so I can do the fair. No more fairs have come out, have they? So yes, I want to do that. Because then I can build my emporium. It would be nice if this had happened after I had refined some stone. Because then I would just pay for it with the refined stone. But I'm getting a 1 discount. The minimum cost is 1, so you don't get this for free. So... I can build my emporium, and it will only cost me 1 refined resource. I can spend a week for that. So now I've locked in some points if I start earning some gems, which I will be doing. Then... And he might still choose a wheat action and put a different colour of meeple on it, and then I could just follow. And I would get 3 actions, and he would only get 2, because he wouldn't be colour matching. Right. What other thing do I want to build? The Prospector, I'm not taking advantage of the discount. So I might do Drainage, because that's points for having built things in all of these spaces. That's what I'm going for. So I want to earn some more wheat before the end of the year. Yeah, sometimes you've got to do a little cheat. We're not cheating, we're just imagining a slightly different reality where the die that was stuck like that leans in just a fraction of a degree differently in all of those alternate universes. So the bot chose this action. It moves down, but there's already a temporary marker there, so that moves out of the way. And we continue on with my turn. I've got all of these miners, but I think... I feel like I just want to claim this. Because I'm going to be placing at least 2 meeples on my player board. I'm going to claim this. I don't have any extra people to lie down, so I won't be doing that. Because I think he might claim it. I don't want him to have it. I like it. It's got farmers on it. Yeah, it's got 2 clay workers. It's already got a craftsman. It'll be good, I think. So, the bot. So he's got Keyper and Keeples, and I don't have a Keeple. So he just takes actions now. We don't roll to see if he claims something, because there's no need to, because I've already done it. So 6 means he is going to do a refined resources action. Feels like he's done that before and I haven't moved that marker down. Isn't that when he got wheat? I'm just thinking he's never gone past that icon before, and he did take an action for wheat. I think that should be 1 lower. Which might have affected some rolls. But I don't think so. Build, he's got no resources or anything, so he's just going to do a home action. Take something from the end of the queue and pop it over here, and he gets an animal of his best type, is it? Oh no, a raw material and a refined of the rightmost thing, and that moves to be the leftmost thing. Is it rightmost non-wheat? Yeah, rightmost non-wheat, so he gets some stone things, and then wheat goes to the left. I can't follow him, and that's that. So, down, and it skips that space. And then I think we're all balanced out and caught up. So, I kind of feel like holding on to these and maybe following things that he does. Even though he might not do anything on my board now I've claimed it. I'm going to go to the stonemason. So the other thing you can do, you can place keeples down on your board. And I'm going to turn in 1 raw stone for 2 refined. And maybe I'll even get to lay him down later and do it again. And that's my turn. He can't follow. So he just rolls for his action. And that's going to be a 2, which is claim tiles. Oh yeah, that's the one that he skipped, isn't it? Yeah, he put the cube up there and skipped that one. So claiming tiles. So he's going to go... Yeah, there is a space here that he can go with. He can't colour match anyway, so he just takes one from the end of the queue. Do I want to follow him? I kind of want the bracelet maker, you know? As long as he doesn't claim it first, I would get the bracelet maker and potentially make a load of points out of gems. I would have to spend a white to follow, which means he would be getting 2 whites, but it means he would follow me more next time. Yeah, and I want to finish quicker, and he's actually spent a lot of keeples. So, yeah. I'm going to follow him. So he chooses first. Row is going to be bottom. Don't be a 3. 1. There you go. Oh, the alchemist was quite nice, though. Raw goods for gems. So I can claim 2 things now. The bracelet maker, I think, because the Emporium, which I have already built, unupgraded, gives me 4 points for every red gem. If I upgrade the bracelet maker, it can include the red gem and be 6 points each. So I could just stack red gems when I start making them and hopefully really make a load of points. Hi, Jeff. How's it going? How's it going on Rhode Island? Thank you for joining me. Sorry, I'm thinking about tiles and stuff. Right, so which other thing do I want? Cops could be a nice way of getting some more animals. Game Warden's Cottage. I'm just thinking the build cost wouldn't be that great. If there's any refined resource I could use to build it. I think maybe just the scrap dealer. Points for having resources at the end. Extra points, maybe. Oh, and then he's going to take another one. Top or bottom? Top. And then 1, 2, the rest of the numbers. The rest of the numbers, he takes the merchant. And then we fill up from the bag. So we've got... Oh, here we go. Some more fair tiles. So these can be used... in the tile in the season that you can see, so summer or autumn, you can turn this tile in and get 4 points at the end of the game if you had a boar and a chicken, or you can save it for autumn or winter, and you have to have all 4 things that are on it, but you get 6 points. And you can do as many fairs as you like at the end of a year, at the end of a season, but you just can't do the same resource on more than 1 tile in the same season. So that's out. And a bricklayer. A key market is out. So that was his turn. He moves down on that track. And it's back to me. I want to do the jewel cutter. Turn in a refined stone for any 2 gems. So I am going to turn in 1 refined stone and get myself 2 rubies, 2 4-pointers, might eventually be 10 pointers, or even 12 pointers if I upgrade the Emporium as well. And yeah, I'd like to get wheat with the other thing, because then I can do the fair, which is 4 points. Don't want to turn your nose up at that. Or maybe I want to follow him and do boats, which could be more than 4 points. We'll see. So that's my action, just doing something on my player board again. Over in Botland, Keyper is going to... So he has Keyper and Keeple still, and I don't have a Keyper, so he is just going to take an action until he runs out of one of Keeples, I think. So 4 is going to be home action, just takes the guy from the end of his queue and gets the resource on the right, so a raw and an upgraded, and then moves that to the left. See, don't even need to look it up anymore. This is the way it goes. Like, I know it's taken me a while, like it's 2 hours and I'm still in round 2, but you can see, like, compared to earlier in the stream, these things start to click, and you don't need to look up every little thing. Right, he's done that. It was a home action, so he moves down there, and it's my turn again. I did want wheat, didn't I? But that's giving him 3 white meeples, and I would be much more restricted because I've already said I'm having this tile. So maybe I don't want to have the wheat. Oh, I could get... What about just taking a boat action? He could follow me and might well do. Boat is next one down, but it's on my tile and I used a white, so it's unlikely. If he follows, I get more actions, but I could potentially sell sheep and gain wheat, and then that's sorted. I don't have to go on the wheat space over on his board. Brilliant! So, yes, does he follow me? So the action, the nearest boat action, is 1 below one of his action markers. So already he needs a 3 or more. I used a white meeple, so it gets 1 harder. And it's on a board I've already claimed, so it gets 2 harder. So he has to roll a 5 or a 6 to follow here. And he already has to have, you know, a meeple that's eligible, which he does. A keeple. 1. No, he does not follow. So I get 2 actions. Which, do you know, I definitely want to use one of them to get a wheat. I'm tempted to just use the other to get a wheat as well. The sheep is worth a point sitting where it is. And if I upgrade that building at some point in the game, it'll be worth 2. I've got 2 actions here because I matched the colour, because white is any colour. I think I'm just going to gain 2 wheat. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So, over in Keyper land, he's still got both things, so he is going to use this blue meeple. Number 6 is going to be animals. So he does not have a matching thing at all. So how does he choose? If he doesn't have a matching shield keeper, he use white if possible. If he's using a non-colour match meeple, he will simply select the animal that's on the leftmost space of his priorities that is available, presumably. So, we've already established this, haven't we? Goats aren't available. Horses aren't available. Chickens, nope. Pigs, yes. But he'll be placing another meeple on my side. He would be doing loads of lie-down actions next round if he does that. Because it can be a plus, you know? Yeah, just because these higher priority animals that we see aren't out. And he chooses a board that does not really have animal spaces on it. So yeah, he's going to pop his sailor over there. And he is going to start with these, though, isn't he, next time? So I think he is going to get some decent keeples. He's just going to be he's going to have a few less than me, I think. And he'll get... I can't follow him. I've got no keeples. He's going to get 1 pig. And then it moves to the right space of priority order. Yep. I can't do his action, so that's it for him. He's going to do his... So I'm going to get 2 actions, aren't I? I would have only got 1, but he followed me. So I can lie down someone on my home board, can't I? Yes. Oh, so I can still as well. I could have placed another Keeple on the same action and done it 2 more times. That still happens as well. Like in this case, I'm just going to be able to lie it down. And but I think that's the best thing to do. 1 action, spend. It's in the wrong space, but I've got another refined stone. Spend that for 2 more rubies. Yeah. And then the bot goes. It's got no Keeples, but it's got a Keyper. So it just claims the other board. And it never does anything, does it, with its extra things? It got animals at the start of the round. No. Right. So it does that, and I get 1 more turn, and it's going to start the next season as well. So I could... Yeah, as Matt says, I could use the stonemason again. Do I want to lie down anyone from my boards, though? I could have another 2 tiles from the display. I could get that fair tile, although I do have a chicken. I don't have a boar, but I could get a boar next time. Do 2 upgrades. I haven't really got the resources to be messing about with that. Oh yeah, now I've used the jewel cutter, I need to do that. I see why you said that now, because for the fair, I want to have upgraded stones, and I have just used my last upgraded stone. So yes, that makes the decision a lot easier. Right. So that's my last action. So now the round ends. The end of the season. There's nothing on my keep. Fairs. I reveal my fair tile. I have a wheat and a raw stone and a refined stone, so I get to keep that fair tile, and I've done it. Yep. No homeless animals. Take what you have claimed. So I get... I think 2 many Keeples, which is not a bad thing, really. Do I get 2 many? Yeah, definitely. I get 2 too many. So what would I like to gain when I place my Keyper next round? Would I like to gain more raw materials? Or more animals? I do want to get like a... I can't get a deer this way, but I could get a horse. I haven't got a woodcutter to get a deer. I've got a lot of greys, though. I've only got 1 blue. I've got a couple of greens. I think I'm going to put a green on there and a grey. Get a raw resource and an animal. Yeah, I think that's okay. And so that's going to be... I know I only have to put 1 there, because your limit is 9 in a 2-player game. It's 8 normally, 9 in a 2-player game. So that's okay. I only have to put 1 over there. And so... For the bot, arrange everything. So he gets... I got the ones back from my player board as well. He gets the ones back from his home area. Take 1 of each colour at random and pop them back out on his player board. Oh, that's his Keyper. There we go. And he's got... Yeah, he's got 8 to go into the next round with. Right. Yep, fairs. Take what you've claimed. Discard anything... Any tiles left in the display. spring did not just end. Start the next season. Draw 8 tiles from the bag to make a new display. Oh yeah, I caught up with the stonemason logic just in time. There was no need to go through my other options. It was already the best one had already been found. So, what have we got over here? We've got even more gem point opportunities you can look at while I shuffle the boats about. So is that a point for every boat? 2 points for every... Is that like for choosing the boat action? Seafarer. Earn the depicted points every time you play a keeple and or lay down keeples on a boat. Gem dealer. Swap a gem for something else, right? Yeah. Converted. Convert 1 gem into 2 gems. It costs a worker, but it fits in with what I do, doesn't it? Oast house for having all your spaces filled in your green section. Farm labourer, build a thing for free. Ooh, go over there to build a building for free. Another, gem pointer. That could be really good. So these are the 4 boats. Let's get them onto their proper sides. For autumn. And next step. Shuffle the boats. Manipulate your country board. So Keyper does his in a particular way all the time. So he's gonna... Let's find the autumn symbol. Because he has to have it that way around. There it is. So now there are spaces where you can get gems. He's got both miners. I've got craftsman though. I could follow him if he goes there. Right. So he's going like... So actually goes like this. See these magic boards? Yes, I believe. Oh no, that's not the way. It's like... Is that the way? Oh, I think that's the way. Autumn. No, there's a wheat showing. You need to get it so that there's a wheat showing. Here, this is the toughest puzzle that I've faced. So yeah, that's all right there, but this stuff needs to be on the top. It's going to be a stream of just me doing the exact same configuration over and over again for like an hour, isn't it? I'm wondering why it's not working. So it's definitely the one with just the leaf showing. Not the leaf and the winter. Is it? No. Because that doesn't exist. So that's right. But that should be an upgrade space. Like, this side's wrong. Oh, it's so easy. That's what's wrong with it. Ugh. Half an hour to figure that out. And then, which way do I want mine? So probably the other way. Well, there are plenty of ways. Do I want boars to try and fill in like the paddock? It's only a few points, isn't it? But I could, since that board's already got like the... I don't want gold particularly, do I? I want the other gems to be out ideally. Like something like that, so I could grab some red gems, or... Yeah, there's no other ore. I think it's got to be like that. I think that's what I want. There we go. do those things. Manipulate your thing. Put your extra things on your keep tile. The player who triggered the end of the season starts the new one. So, we all have everything. So he would roll to see if he claims the thing, but he can't yet. So, he's going to do a number 1 action, which is gems. Here we go. Some following coming here. Gem. Select an available field matching the leftmost possible of his priority spaces. And... oh, so I could have been planning this as well and knowing that that's his biggest priority. I didn't look, to be honest. So... he's going to pick a miner then. There's only one space out there that's got red. So I'm glad that I put that there. And... am I going to follow him? Definitely. So he gets 3 gems. That are going to be worth points to him, no doubt. And the red goes to his lowest priority. But I also get 3 gems, which is, at the moment, 12 points to me. Yep. So, move down his action marker, and that's it, isn't it? Time for me. What am I going to do? So, at the end of this round, I need to have a horse, which I do not have, and a deer, which I do not have. There is no space to get a deer. There is a ship, the Keyflower, where I can get deer and pigs. So I probably want to get that before... I could wait and maybe he's going to take that. He's got a pig that he could sell maybe, but he'd take the one with cows and stuff on. I think, yeah, let's just do that so I don't have to think about it. I'm thinking about claiming this one here because it's got a miner on it and I want to mine things later on. So this is already going to be a candidate for a claimed board. But yeah, I'm going to go for a boat action. Is he going to follow me? Well, how close is a boat action to him? 1 below. I haven't claimed the board and I haven't used a white meeple, so 1 below is a 3 or higher on his roll and he will follow me. That's a 5. He's following. He's got a sailor. So I can't sell anything, but I'm not going to anyway. I am going to grab... so we've each got 3 actions. Do I want a pig could go in the farmyard and be worth a point. So I think I will take a pig and 2 deer. Yeah, I think that's all right. And because he followed me and it's underneath, he puts a marker there. So we go back to him. So the value of this board now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 4. So its value is 1. So if he rolls a 1, he will claim this board. Otherwise, we pick an action for him. So, is he going to roll a 1? He rolls a 5. So let's pick his action. He's going to roll a 5. So he's going to get animals. So we pair up his animals. Can he get a goat on an action space here? No. Can he get a horse? Some following in my future. Yes, he can get a horse. It's only in this space. Deer should be quite dear, yeah. He's going to go there, so I would have to follow with white, unfortunately, because he doesn't have a farmer, so he's going to place white. I am going to follow, because what's the other thing I want? Horses. I've got a stable sitting right here. So we each get... have I used the wrong thing? Yeah, I think I've taken horses when deer are these red ones. So we each get 3 horses. A point each to me, and count for my fare. I'm sure they will count for points for him as well. And I just want to follow actions. If I can manage it. So his marker moves down but skips one because that cube was there. And it's back to me. So, upgrading buildings would be nice. I don't need to have wheat or any of this anymore. Upgrading buildings. I want to build as well, don't I? I want to build with discounted things. I want to build with discounted things. I'm going to go on here to try and balance out the boards a bit. Will he follow me? A build is underneath, so on a 3 or more, he will follow me. That's why I've picked an orange, because I want him to follow. And then I can build some things for cheap. If he doesn't follow, I can still build the one thing that I want, the bracelet maker for cheap. So a 3 or higher, and he follows. And it's going to be a 4. He's going to follow me. So we each get to do 2 discounted builds. So for me, I definitely want that bracelet maker. And so I'm going to... Well, the wheat could count as this, couldn't it, if I needed it? So I'll spend my stone to be able to build that. Discount the brick. And then I'm kind of thinking the pavement right here. YouTube is not receiving enough video data. Thanks, Hans. Hope you enjoyed it. And hope I score well and do you proud at the end. I could just get the cow shed, but what about the pavements? There's some more points built right in. There's my other stone spent, because I've got this wheat that I could still use. Or, you know, stone mason and then jewel cutter. Are you experiencing buffering? YouTube, for some reason, is complaining. As if something is wrong, but my... Oh, the stream disconnected 4 minutes ago. Is everyone seeing all of this? I think so. I think something must have just glitched 4 minutes ago and it's okay now. So I built 2 things at a discount. Bot will also build 2 things at a discount. So it's just basic things, isn't it? It'll spend 2 basic resources to build 2 things. Then... Hi, Jose. I did cut out but came back. Did it cut out for long? Didn't miss anything, did you? If you missed any bits, let me know, I'll fill you in. So he's just following me. He's done his 2 builds. So it's his turn now. So the values are 1 each on these, aren't they? No, 2, 4, 6, minus 4. So if he rolls... It's like if he rolls a 2 or higher, right, he will claim that. Yeah, if he rolls a 2, he will claim that. Now, if he rolls a 2 or a 1, he will claim that one. It was less than 30 seconds. Hopefully nothing gameplay-wise missed out. Thanks. This is this year's Christmas jumper. Well, this year's new one. He does not claim the country board, so he is going to choose an action, which is going to be 5 raw materials. So remind me on that. I should know this by now. Raw materials. Select one which matches the most available resource on his thing. Wheat. Does he have a green keeple? No. So he will be able to match a non-white one, won't he? Because he's got... Yeah, it's going to be wood, isn't it? Because he's got the brown meeples. So which board will he go for, though? It's the one with the lower country board value, isn't it? Yeah, the lower value. If nobody's claimed them, he goes on the one with the lower value, which in this case, this one's value is 2, this one's value is 1. Oh, he just followed me, didn't he? What did he follow me doing? Building at a discount. So it should be there. Thank you. Yes, he should have a temporary tracker there. So the board with the lesser value is this one. So he's going to pop him there. I can't follow him because I don't have a white or a brown. So he is going to get 2 wood because he just colour matched. And then the corresponding resource goes to the leftmost space. It's already at the leftmost space, actually. It's just that's the only one he had a matching keeple for. He is running through these keeples. He's going to get some lie downs and I'm not. Right, so I would like to do some upgrades. I make my gems worth more, but I would also like to have resources first. So I haven't got the right things to copy off him anyway. I'd like to save this and maybe I'll get some wheat. Save the farmer. Let's use... I'm not going to use this twice. So let's just put... Oh, and he needs to move down his raw material thing. Let's use the stonemason. Turn raw stone into 2 refined. He can't follow. I'd be fine with both of them, I think. The not having a river would be a bit bad, but I would get 2 white, which would be nice as well. So they've both got value 2. So if he rolls a 1 or a 2, he's going to claim a country board, and I'm not sure which one. 4, he does not. So which action is he taking? He's going to take a 6, which is going to be upgrades. So he's going to place a white, isn't he? So which does he choose? I don't think it matters. If they're the same, does he just roll a die for it? Left to right. If there's a tie in everything, just left to right. So he's going to place... It means I can't follow there, doesn't it? If he uses a white. Which is unfortunate. But I could claim this board, and there is another upgrade space on it that I can go to. Right. So he's going to get to upgrade twice. He hasn't got any wheat, though. I think he uses refined resources then, doesn't he, if he hasn't got wheat. For each upgrade action, of which he's got 2, he spends wheat first, and then if he hasn't got wheat, he spends refined resources to upgrade buildings. Ah! Don't drop them. And yeah. Don't change the order of the markers. He has enough resources, so we don't have to read any more of that. And then he moves down this because he did that action. Do I now want to claim that board? It's got a nice variety of stuff on it, and it's got a miner. There's a good chance he'll claim it next time. But I am gonna... Where's the other farmer? Oh, there. I've got both, haven't I? I shouldn't bring them both out. So I get that farmer, right? I'll just get that farmer next turn. So I don't really have to worry about not having that farmer by putting it on the wheat. Yeah, I'm going to claim this board. So then I claim the stuff, right, on my... Lay down any keeples on your keep tile. and get the resources indicated. So I can have a horse, bull, sheep, or pig. I haven't upgraded any of these, have I? Let's get a horse. I might upgrade that stable, because then it's got max horses. I was going to use that to get the horse that I needed until he went for that, which maybe I shouldn't have done because it used up my only white. Who knows? So I claimed that, which means now he never rolls for these things. He's just rolling for his actions. And his action is going to be a number 4, which is refined resources. So he's going to go on an upgrade space. So the leftmost resource, can he upgrade wood? In terms of upgrade spaces, he's going to have to go for this one. It's wild space. It's the only one. He has got a black. I can't follow him. So he's got 2 actions. Yeah, he would pick the specific ones. If he can't get the specific one, he's going to go here. Then... Oh, this is different, isn't it? This is a finished for 2 finisheds. So we can't do this. So he would select this if he has a black and he doesn't have other matching things. If he can't match a non-white Keeple and he has a black, he will select this trade finished goods field in preference to selecting a convert from raw to finished with a white. He gains... Oh, he just gains things. He just gains things. Okay, then he can do it. He gains a finished good of a different type per action. So he's got 2 actions here, starting with the leftmost resource, and do not adjust the ranking. So he gets a finished wood and a finished stone for that action. And then move this down, skipping the tracker. And we are back to me. I want... to upgrade, but it's not vital to do it yet. I want to come here. Do you know what I want to do? I want to come here and get a jewel. Oh, I've got enough refined, haven't I? I don't need to go out and get some more stone and do the stonemason again and all that. Yeah, I'm going to jewel cutter. Turn a refined stone into 2 gems. Any 2 gems. It's going to be... I'm just going to exhaust the stock of these. 2 more of those. I might need some resources, so I'm going to do upgrades. But I'll get some more wheat. It'll be okay. Yeah, that's my action. He can't follow. He rolls the die for his next action, which he's only got a brown meeple, so I can't follow whatever he does. Where was that? I think it was home. I think it was on home. Don't knock things off. Right. 4. He's doing this. He's doing upgrades. Oh, he just did that, didn't he? No, he's done it earlier. Oh, he did it here, didn't he? And that's where he's moved from. He's doing upgrades again. So he's only got a brown. So he won't place it on my board anymore. He's just going to place it there. He doesn't match the colour, so he only gets 1 upgrade. And so he spends in this priority order. He'll spend his wood first to upgrade 1 building. And then he's going to start laying things down if I don't get a move on. He's going to get loads of actions, I think. He's still got to do his Keyper. Max Horse is his stage name. Did I fix it? Oh, great. Thanks for having a look. So I can now... There's basically like 3 more actions I want to do. Well, I can upgrade the things next round. I don't need to do it this round. I want to put another Keeple there in my dual cutter. Do this 2 more times. Are the resources meant to be limited? Does it ever mention that? I'm just getting a ton of these things. It doesn't actually matter if they're limited, does it? Because blue is on both as well. I could just get blue instead. So 2 finished goods. Wheat can count as a finished good. To get 4 more gems. Run out of rubies now because the bot's got 3 of them, 4 of them. One of them's a tracker. I assume you're not supposed to run out. So I've got a load of gems. And that's it. Now, I have not had to read the bit about him lying down things. So he's got... Oh, he's got his Keyper, hasn't he? So he has to do his Keyper first. So he will just claim this, and then it's my turn again. So I would like some wheat, but it's not essential. I was thinking do wheat and then do upgrades, but it's not vital that I do that. So I've got nothing more on my player board that I can activate. I could just come out, right, and just get, like, a blue gem, which is worth 8 points, right? Do these cross over as I'm thinking? Because it's very powerful that I've got a few of them, isn't it? Oh, is it each set? Oh. Okay. I've messed right up then. I thought that was too good to be true. Right, I'm going to have to do some... Well, I could have decided that these were different things, couldn't I? But the bracelet maker was a total waste then. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense that they're sets. Well, I'm never going to do that one. Yeah, I would never have built that if I had thought about it. I would have been wasting my discount at an earlier stage, but I could have built the Prospector instead, which is just a point for every gem, and will still work out okay if I did my thing. There you go. We'll just we're going into another alternate reality. The reality where I read things before I do loads of them. These were all wild gems, apart from like 2 that I picked up. So like, I could just spend my actions getting blues later on, but I'm going to swap about 4 of them over. Because it'll still work out as loads of points at the end of the game, just not quite as many as I thought I was about to get. Is it worth getting... Is it worth then getting any tiles? Different sets I definitely don't want. Building the scrap deal is going to work out okay. I've already got this. Every 2 resources is 2 points. I think what I need... We won't do the upgrades yet. I want stone, and I want Keeples myself. Although, giving them all to me means that he's going to get to lie down more things. 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 9 right now. Yeah. I'm going to get 2 stone. He can't follow me. So now he's going to do a lie down action. How does he do? So lay down. Is it possible to lay down 2 Keeples? Select the first 2. Oh, yes. So he looks at his country board. Can he lay down 2 Keeples? And then he's got like a priority list here. So can he lay down 2 on gems? No. 2 on animals? Yes. He can lay down these 2 and get 3 more horses. That's the horse stock depleted. Got quite a farm going on down here. So there we go. He does that. And then I'm going to finish it, aren't I? Oh no. I will trigger the end and he'll get one more go. And I'll get first player next time. So I think I was just going to get 2 wheat. 2 wheat through. I could get something else, but I don't think there's any point. I was thinking of upgrading and stuff, but I think it's better to go into with some more resources. So I want stone to turn into refined stone, to turn into gems. I want stuff to upgrade the Emporium and the Prospector at least. Hopefully we're going to have stuff to do that. Miners to just pick up gems. So I don't want the Emporium upgraded, actually. Because upgraded, it's 6 points. But for every set of 3 things, which I don't have. So I don't want that upgraded. Holds up to 4 sets as well. Oh. See, I've gone a bit overboard on the gems. Here's thought about, like, someone's just gonna do gems and waste all their time doing it. Let's just put those sets on there. I don't want to expand that there. Unless I upgrade it and just get some more stuff later. I don't know if gems are just worth... Gems could be worth stuff with my Prospector. Let's just move on, though. So, he does one more action, and he can lay down another double, which is buildings. So he gets to do 3 builds. Will he spend... Yes, he will spend normal things, so he can spend 2 basic resources and then an upgrade to build 3 more buildings, because it's 1 resource each when they're discounted for the way his actions work, and then that's it. So, I think, yeah, that one was like half an hour, that round. Getting slightly quicker. So, the keep tile, I did lay it down and have the bonuses. The fair, I need a horse and a deer. I've got a horse and a deer. So that's another 6 points. Homeless animals, no. Take what you've claimed. Let's get everyone on my player board back. I guess that's always been my problem. Number 1 cause of getting questions wrong at school. Not reading the question. Just ploughing on ahead regardless. Do I need a brown? I'm going to say no. That's another animal. Another resource. Yeah, I'm going to go for those. Am I? Am I? Yeah, I'll be fine. Right. And then the bots things. 1, 2. Then 1 of each colour. That's its keeple. Don't confuse them again. He's only got... Oh, he's got 7. Ouch. And then take what you've claimed. Discard the things. I don't think anyone took a tile that year, that round, that season. Spring didn't just ended. Draw 8 tiles from the bag. 2, 3, 4, 5. The Quarrymen. Haven't. Oh yeah, it's far too hot for that. But I did mean to bring up my lovely new mug, which you can see on. Well, I didn't post it to Twitter. I posted it as a reply to someone on Twitter, so you can find it that way. You can see my new Get Back inspired mug, which is instantly one of the best mugs that I have. A lot of great things about the Get Back films, but one of the standout stars. The funky teacups. Great things. Shuffle all 6 boat tiles and a shoot. We've got 4. So we've got the E-Invincible wants boars this time. White Wind wants chickens. And the Keyflower again. But yeah, I could potentially keep a load of the animals. 4 points that they're already worth being on there. Duplicate cows are going to be worth nothing unless I build the cow shed, though. Because the farmyard is a point for different animals. Then, oh yeah, manipulate. Prepare for another. Yeah, that round took half an hour, and I'm sure about 10 minutes of it was me not being able to work out how this board was supposed to go. So the bot. So on the winter side. So that's all the same. So just like that. There we go. Oh, your wife loved Get Back. She's got very good taste. It's marvellous. It's like, I don't know. I can see people saying that it's too long, but I disagree completely. Like, I would be happy with like 60 hours of it, but yeah, I've never, like, admittedly, I would love anything coming out involving the Beatles, but I don't think I've ever watched anything like that that's like, I don't know, just hanging out. When else do you get to hang out with a band as they make things, let alone the greatest band? Am I just going to have it the same way? For some reason, I'm leaning on those gems still. I could potentially get the bracelet maker, couldn't I? Because green's there. There's blue. The bracelet maker that I rejected previously. Okay, I'm going to cheat again and unreject it now. Hopefully get a discount and build it again, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll do other things than gems. Right, so we've done them. Player who triggered the previous season, me, goes first. So, I want things that he won't follow me on. If I choose upgrades, he's going to follow me on that. I want to piggyback off his actions, not the other way around. What's he not going to follow me on? Things on my player board. Start off straight away with stonemason, raw materials into 2, refined stone, and there we go. We're off and running. So he does his roll for the boards, but he can't possibly claim a board, so I will skip that roll. And he is doing 1, which is upgrades. Thank you very much. So he doesn't have a preference, really. He hasn't got a grey, though, so he will do a white. If it's a complete tie, he will choose the leftmost, which has an upgrade spot, doesn't it? Yep. Oh, it does mean I'm going to have to spend a white if I want to follow him. Yeah, I've got the resources. I want to do it. Okay. So. Oh, he's got nothing, though. Will he do upgrades? Will he even choose the action? So this is interesting. So if he doesn't have sufficient resources, he treats it as a home action instead. Is that... Can I follow him? Or is he just placing it in his home? Yeah, I assume I don't get to follow him and he would just place his rightmost meeple in the home space instead. And so he gains... It's the rightmost non-wheat thing, isn't it? He gains a raw and a refined, and then that goes to the leftmost, and I can't follow him there. You can't evolve out of the Beatles. You can spread out. No matter what I end up listening to, inevitably, it'll come back around to a huge Beatles run, which Get Back has caused now. Right. What am I doing? I remember, I think I definitely had Abbey Road. I had the Blue album. I had Live at the BBC for some reason, because I really, really liked Youngblood. But I think it's because they were being daft. They all sang on it, and they were being daft, singing in silly voices on the BBC album. And I used to love things like Maxwell's Silver Hammer. I think eventually got the red... And Octopus's Garden, of course. What kid doesn't love Octopus's Garden? And then later, it's probably college time, where I ended up getting all of the albums and listening to all of the songs on them. Just distracting from the fact that I don't know what to do. I was hoping he was going to put a thing out and that would start guiding me. So do I want to upgrade? No, because now he can do it. He can only do one upgrade, though. And if he follows me... Ooh, if he follows me for an upgrade now... Does he... What happens for him moving his tracker along, though? So I assume he moves his tracker down here. So the tracker that triggered the action should still move, right? Even though he ended up doing a home action. That feels like that's what should happen. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's what happens, and then we're gonna have... I'm gonna do an upgrade because he'll only get to do one if he follows me. Yeah. I think... Oh, another thing I was as well, like when I was... Because I had like the anthologies too, which is a weird thing to listen to if you hadn't heard some of those songs before. But like that was all happening when I was like that age as well. Like, when Free as a Bird and Real Love came out. So they were like releasing music. So I'm upgrading. Is he following me? So upgrade now. He has still got a tracker on upgrade. So, and I haven't used a white meeple and I haven't claimed that board. So any number would lead him to follow. So he's definitely following. He can use a white to follow. So we're each going to get 3 actions. He can only do 1. So tough luck. I can hopefully get the most out of this. So what do I want to upgrade? Definitely want to upgrade the... So upgrading costs a refined good. Definitely want to upgrade the Prospector. Every gem is worth 2 points. Now the stable, yeah. Could do a raw resource. That's 4 points straight up, isn't it? 4 points for a raw resource. Every horse is worth 2 points instead of 1. And then, I've already upgraded that. So I've got another upgrade in me somewhere. Just all of these are worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Extra 7 points there for upgrading the statue, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. Right, so they're my 3 upgrades. And then it's his turn. So the value, still 0 or below, so we're not going to roll for the boards for him. Which action's he going to take? He's going to take a 1. Oh, and he just followed me, didn't he? On an upgrade, so that moves down. He's doing a 1, which is raw materials. So we're looking for... Is it a match? It's a match from right to left, isn't it? Yeah. From right to left. That's non-wheat? No, including wheat. So wheat, and he's got a green, so he'll go for wheat. You can't hear Marty, unfortunately. He's meowing now. Oh, there's no wheat. There's no wheat on the boards. Hi, Rach.
Hi.
So he can't have wheat. Okay. So he can't take wheat. Stone, he hasn't got a matching meeple. Wood, he's got a matching meeple. So he'll go on the one with the lower value, which is this board. Do I want to follow him? Really? Well, I don't want to keep things going too long. So he gets loads of lie-down actions. So maybe I do want to follow. And then I'll have raw resources. They're just not raw stone, which is what I want to do things with. I could build like a cowshed or something with it. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him. So I get 3 wood. He gets 3 wood. He moves that one down. And we carry on. So we could get more gems as well. So I kind of want like the building discount space. It'd be nice to get some fair tiles as well, although yeah, this fair tile, I would need a boar. I could get a boar. I haven't got a woodcutter. I would just get 1 for the action, which isn't too bad, is it? And then I could do this fair tile with the extra gem and the red and blue gem. I've got a deer, I've got a boar. I don't know if building anything's really that worth it. Gems are just 2 points a time anyway. Could get some tiles. He can match if I send an orange. Is he gonna... Oh, it's doubtful. Like that space. 1, 2, 3 below. I haven't claimed the board. 3 below. He only follows on a 6. So it's unlikely. So I'm just going to be picking 1. Nope, he does not follow. So, from tiles, that right? And then it's already done. I don't need to claim anything else. As long as I get a boar. Oh yeah, and like I say, I can get a boar from the boat. Oh, is there a limit on the prospector? It's worth checking, because there was on the other one, wasn't there? Prospector holds 4. So I think holds 4 things. So if it's resources, it can have 4 things. So there's no point, unless I build the bracelet maker, there's no point getting loads of gems, is there? But that probably means I want to build the bracelet maker and then get the jewel cutter activated using this wheat and just make some more blues and greens, and then all these extra reds can go on the prospector then. Sounds good to me. Right.
Do you want a cold drink?
Yes, please. And I can... Oh, I can't get a boar. But I can get animals or raw resources with that. When I claim the key tile, actually. Right, so what am I doing? I just got a tile. Now it's his turn. So now the value of the boards is 2, 3, 4, 0, 3 minus 1. So he's not going to claim a board because he can't roll a 0. So he's got a 4, which means gems. So he is going to go on a gold space. Can he? Yes. He goes on the lower valued board, which is this one, to even them out a bit. Am I going to follow him? Not really. I could potentially. Oh, is Marty gone now? Oh, there's another Marty cam that's attached to that button. Let's just have him on 1,000,000 times. So you can sell the blue gem and get a boar. Yeah, and then I don't even have to worry about building another thing, do I? Because it's probably going to take ages. Right, what am I doing? Am I following him to get some gold? Probably not. I don't need it. No. It would just spend a meeple so he doesn't get to lie down as many things. If I get this scrap dealer built, holds 4 pairs of things. Every pair of goods is worth a point at the end. If you just got leftover things. I probably want to do a bit of building. Yeah, I'll follow him. I'm going to follow him. We each get 3 then, because he's going to get 2 anyway. I might as well have something. And so I followed him. I want to build. Do I want to build in a space with a discount? Because I want to build, like, thank you. The cowshed would be nice. That would be some points. The scrap dealer would be nice. The bracelet maker would be quite nice. Because I could get green gems with this action, and then I've got a load of pairs of those. But building without a discount, you need orange for, which I don't have. He might follow. It would be unlikely. Building with a discount, I could use a green and maybe he would follow. We'd only get to do it twice, though. I don't really need the discount. I just want to build 3 things. So I think it's going to be a white on a build space. Cross my fingers. Yeah. But then if you spend all this wheat, you won't have the resources to make the jewels that you're banking on. See if he builds. Well, he just got gems, didn't he? So he should move that down to animals. So I want the scrap dealer and the cowshed built before the end. Oh, I should refill the display as well. Not that I think something amazing is going to come out. Oh, wait, I do want, like... Right, let's... Let's do the boat. Let's do the boat. And I can gain a boar. So I've got 2 actions, haven't I? Is he following me? He is on a boat. I haven't used a white, so yes, he's following me. So do I want to do that right now? When he's probably going to do it himself, and I could just follow outside my turn. What else do I want to do, though? So what am I going to do with the green? Get different animals. A couple of cows would be alright. I could activate the jewel cutter. But that's no good if you're not going to build the bracelet maker. Oh yeah, he might pick a different boat. Yeah, let's just do it. He will follow me. I'm going to do that. We get 3 actions each. So I get a boar. I can sell a blue gem. Am I going to build the bracelet maker, though? Because I could gain 2 blue gems. Yeah, it's going to be great. Gain 2 blue gems. Yep. He moves that down. His turn. So that is now worth 4, 6, 7. Minus 4 is 3. 2, 3, 4, 5 is 1. So if he rolls a 3, 2, 1, he's going to claim that board. He rolled a 1. For the first time in the game, he is claiming a thing first. And that's just it, isn't it? It's just his turn. So he's getting that. In the last round, you might care because you might have had scoring things that will give you points based on fields and stuff left on your country board at the end. That kind of thing. Which might have influenced how you folded things out too. And farmers, you know, how many greens you got left at the end. So now he's done that. He is close to building. It's just unlikely that he's going to follow now, isn't it? I'm going to go on the build with a discount. Yeah, it's going to have to be built with a discount. So does he follow? Does he join? Yeah, it's got to be over here. I would like to put it over there so it doesn't put a -1 on his thing. So it's 1 below, and there's a -1 modifier. So he needs to roll a 4, 5, 6 to join me here. And I'd like him to. Well, it doesn't really make a difference, actually. No, he rolls a 2, he does not join. So I'm going to build the... I just get to do one thing. I'm going to build the bracelet maker at a 1 discount. He's already claimed a board. So he is just going to do his actions now. And it's a 1. It's going to be claiming animals. So the pairs that he's got... He's only got green. So he can claim horses with green. Oh! Oh, you're right, Matt. That's not even the discount build space. No, we haven't put that out, even if it's possible in winter. So I would have had to have put that in just a normal build space, wouldn't I? So he's doing gain animals, which is going to have to be... Is there a goat space? Yes. He has got a green, so he will gain goats. Am I going to follow him? What do I want with goats? I'm getting tired. It's been a long one. No, I can't afford to waste meeples on goats. So, and then that gets to be the least likely one. Then I think I want 2 builds. I could do 3 builds there, and then he can't join me because there was already one thing there. I can match with the white and then do 3. I don't think I want 3 though. I don't think 3 would be worth any points, so I'm just going to do 2 builds. I can use wood for them both because this is wood, this is wild. So wood for each of those. Scrap dealer now makes every 2 of these gold things worth a point. There we go. Gold and the leftover wood. Bot is going to do a 4. I assume this just stays on the bottom now that it's there. Animals again. Can it get... It goes ahead, doesn't it, even if it hasn't got the matching colours. He just wants the leftmost animal if he can't match a colour. So horse. Is there a horse space? No. Is there a chicken space? Yes. He gets 2 chickens. I can't follow. I am going to put my last meeple on the jewel cutter, spend a finished stone to get 2 green gems, and then they can go on the bracelet maker. He does a lie down action. He's over here. Doubles. Can he get gems? No. Can he get animals? No. Boat? Yes. Oh, he didn't do his boat actions, did he? He got 3 actions here. He tries to sell the most things, didn't he? Didn't have any boars, didn't have any blue things, so gain equal amounts more of the bottom. So he would just sell those things now, wouldn't he? He would have gained 3 of these things. He now sells 3 of those things and gets 6 points. So he's got 12. Then me, I claim the other board, lie these down, and I get an animal, which I can't claim anything that would need to be on this place, can I? No. So I could claim just another cow, would be another point, and another just stone or something for the grey, and then they can go on there as another pair of, like, every 2 things are worth points. Where's that? The scrap dealer. Then the end of the season, the fairs. Yep, I've got deer, boar, blue and red. Done. Homeless animals, no. So the end of the game, you presumably don't take what you've claimed back. And end of the season, there's fairs, take your country boards, but we don't need to though, do we? Everything can be moved around to score the most. And let's get Keyper's scoring. So you score points at the end of the normal game. He scores points based on the difficulty level. Oh yeah, because I did a thing, didn't I? So he lies down this and does 2 upgrades, but he hasn't got any things. So would he do? Ignore fields which give him no benefits. An upgrade field if he has no resources. So ignore that. So then he'll go to single fields, which is gems, no. Animals, yes. He can get... That's 2 goats, isn't it? Because it's matching colour. Right. So yes, he gets points based on the difficulty we're playing at. Oh, I didn't pick a difficulty. I suppose we can just work out all the difficulties and see which difficulty I beat him at, if any. So, resource and keybles can all be scored once each, yeah. So, let's work this out. Every sheep on here is a point, so that's 2 points. Every different species on here is 2 points, so that's 2, 4, 6. Go up to 12. Every different species here is a point. It's 2 more. Every horse here is 2 points, which is another 8. Every cow here is worth a point. 2, 3. Then, every upgraded building is worth 2, actually? It's not just every building, is it? It was every building is worth 1, and then every upgraded building is worth 2. Yeah. I did upgrade a fair few, though, I think. So 2, 4... That's upgraded, isn't it? 6, 8. So 8 points for that. Then 5 for the stonemason. 1, 2, 3, 4 for drainage. 4 points for every set on here, on the bracelet maker. There's 2 sets, so 8 points. 4 points for every set on the emporium. There are 4 sets, so another 16. Pavements, 4 points. Jewel cutter is worth 3 points. Every gem on the prospector is worth 2 points, so that's another 8. Then every pair of things on the scrap dealer, I've got 3 pairs. Every pair's worth a point. 1, 2, 3. And then the fairs, I got 6, 12, 16, 18 points. 10, 20, 102. So shipping score track was already done. Farm tiles, village tiles, fair tiles, and that's your points. 102, I think, are my points. So the bot gets, if we're saying easy difficulty, he gets the points that he's already got on his shipping track. He would get 1.5 times that on hard. So he gets those points already. Each tile in his planned stack, 0. Each tile in his built stack, 1. 1, 2, 3 points. Every tile in his upgraded stack is worth 2 points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he gets 18 points for that. Every second raw resource and wheat rounded up is worth 0 points on easy. Every upgraded resource is worth a point. Every animal is worth a point. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Every gem is worth 2 points. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Every person that he's got at the end, so that is kind of important, is 2 points. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's his keeper. 10, 12, 14, 16 points altogether. And... oh no, that's white. Take that 16 back. So every white, he's got 2 on his board there. So they're 2 points each. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Every non-white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. So on easy mode, he scored 73. I beat him. if we were playing on medium mode, so what increases on medium mode? He gets a point for every planned building. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets an extra half a point for every built building. So an extra 3.5. How do I work that out? Remember the half. He might get another half in a minute. This finger means half, apparently. He gets an extra point for every upgraded tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He gets a point for every second non-upgraded and wheat. So another 2 points. Same for upgraded resources. He gets an extra half point for every animal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. With the half I've got on my finger, that gives him 9. And then he would get an extra point for every gem. And an extra point for every white Keyper. So he would have on curious difficulty, on medium mode, he would have 110 to my 102. So thrashed him on easy. Medium, just beat me out there. The difference for Keywood expert difficulty is he gets 1.5 points for those 12 shipping points, so he would get an extra 6 there. He gets 2 points for every built tile instead of 1.5, so that would be another 1.5 points. He gets an extra point for all of these, so that's another 9 points. Then everything's the same. He gets another half point, so 2 points each for all the animals, and then everything else is the same. So he'd probably get another 20 points or so from all of that. 20, 30 points. Either way, I beat him on easy, which, let's say we were playing easy. Although you can kind of decide at the end that, like, it's like a ranking thing, isn't it, really, like this? Although, do you change the difficulty level at the start of the game? I don't think you do. Do you? I don't think you do. So, that is... We've been here a while, but we got through learning and playing Keyper, the brand new solo mode. Like probably every David Turczi mode that I've done at the beginning, which you usually don't see this like first beginning game. At the beginning, it's like meticulously going through, okay, make sure you've got all this, make sure you've got all this. Don't miss any steps, which, apologies if I did that over the course of it. But towards the end, on some things, you start flying through. And like certain actions, you're like, well, I know exactly what he does for that. And that's when you start missing things out. But yeah, there is also an expansion, as I mentioned 3 hours ago, for Keyper at Sea, which is what the Kickstarter was about, essentially. Which adds stuff. I haven't played it. I opened the box to play this expansion today. That's partly why I did like a learn and play stream, because it was getting to the point where like, when am I going to do these things? Let's just try and do many things this week. There's a new board that goes out that's got a load of sea spaces on there. You can go fishing and stuff. There is, apologies Kitama, there is another side of Kitama's board which has, I think the only difference is that it's now got fish as the priorities for these things. And fish come in the priority for lying down stuff as well. I think everything else is the same, other than that. So that's going to play into it, and whatever fishing does is going to make a difference to his decisions. There are a few different actions and how he would orient boards if he claims the sea board. That kind of thing going on, and a couple more scoring categories. We are going to be back at some point, which will probably be a shorter stream, which will hopefully be a shorter stream. I'll be back with that Keyper at Sea solo mode. I don't know when, though. I don't know if it'll be next week, because, yeah, it's a funny old week next week, isn't it? It's not a full week with Christmas at the weekend. Where's the extra days off? But, yeah, I don't know if it'll be next week. It might be January at this point, because, yeah, there may be things happening in the week between Christmas and New Year's. that mean there will not be live streams that week. But hey, there's going to be a lot this week and next week to kind of balance that out. Hopefully have another choose your own adventure stream, which I did say like a year ago, let's do this again. And then it's been a year, but I meant it. We'll get back to it eventually. Yes, there'll be more streams. You can see on social media, there's loads of streams this week. Loads and loads and loads. I'll be back with Euthia, another meaty, enormous game, which, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm playing a kind of short scenario of it. Maybe it will even be shorter than this stream, surprisingly. But I have played Euthia, like, a few times at this point. And shouldn't be learning it, although there are loads of steps to keep in mind and stuff. Hey, don't want to put you off. It's a really good game. Thank you for being here, though. Thanks, Matt, for keeping me on the straight and narrow, catching out where I'm forgetting things. And we got there in the end, didn't we? The gems. Well, he did compete with us on other difficulties, but he couldn't compete with us in the gems on easy mode. I am going to have a break from this hot room for a bit and go and have some dinner and stuff. I'll be back at 3 p.m. GMT tomorrow. Same place, same time, same place for that Euthia stream. If you can, follow me on the things. Subscribe, like the video, follow me on Twitch. If you'd like to support the channel, patreon.com/slickerdrips is where you can join up and vote on videos. Keyper is currently winning the December vote. Well, Keyper at sea is, but I need to play Keyper before I would be able to play Keyper at sea, which is why I've streamed this. Yeah, you can vote on things. You can see things early sometimes, although not when they're live, of course. How could you see them before this? Maybe can I get an extra link where you can watch it on ultra low latency? Don't get distracted, you're ending things. Or if you'd like to just chuck us a tip, it's kofi.com/slickerdrips. Thank you massively to everyone that does that and keeps me going. Bigger and brighter things coming. So many games turning up right now. It's going to be a great vote for January, I think, and another great month for playthroughs as they build up around me like some terrifying cardboard wall. Hey, it's going to be cool though, isn't it? More stuff in well, there's loads to come in December still, but even more stuff in January. And wouldn't it be great to have more time to do it? Hey, Patreon all contributes to that. Thank you very much for being here, though. I am going to make good on my promise and go. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and I will see you for the next game. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.